Watch your volume control. Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of NDB Media's Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hide your kitties, hide your kids, because we are live and trolling the digital airwaves. Yes, this is early in the morning out on the West Coast. It is 0600. You know what the O means? Oh my God, it's early. And yes, you've heard that before. Good Morning Vietnam. That's always been an homage to Good Morning Vietnam, this start of this program. And we are in our 16th year. This is episode, I believe, number 27. And we are going and blowing. So, folks, everyone in the chat room, let us know who you are and where you hail from. Please give us a like, give us a follow, and even put that little alarm bell that lets you know that we're on. And that way there is no doubt. Don't have to waste any time. It's there. And you get past this annoying retinue. Actually, I don't know if that's the correct word, but this annoying routine that I have in the morning to get everything going. Folks, I'm the scorekeeper, and this is not a test. This is sports talk. From Bangor, Maine to Pomona, California. From Anchorage, Alaska. Actually, it would be up there. From Anchorage, Alaska to Miami, Florida. This is Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks. Oh, my goodness. Wow. It feels like this is the first normal program and in a while, and I'm terribly excited about it. So we're going to get to it, have a lot to go over. Just to give you a quick idea on what's going on in the world. Weather-wise, it's 58 degrees right now. It's cloudy. It's going to get to a high of 74, overnight low of 54. So it's going to be colder tomorrow morning than it is now. Woohoo! The humidity is 93%. Yeah, I guess, but it's not that East Coast humidity. Oh, that's disgusting. Disgusting. I mean, humidity, you can almost feel. I mean, it attaches to you. It is one with you. It is like a midichlorian. It is part of you. Out here on the West Coast, no, we don't have that, thank goodness. But the pressure is 29.97 inches, and it's moving on up. Visibility is 7 miles, even at this hour. But the sunrise was at 5:46 a.m. Ooh, I don't like these numbers, the symmetry right now. 5:46 a.m. and 6:03. Ooh, yeah, for those of you that know, in American history, those two times are not good. But anyway, the wind is at 0, even though it's heading in a westerly direction. But go figure, with a slight southerly slant. Uh, the dew point is 56. It's still 6:03. Oh, there it is, 6:04 now. Whew. All right. Next time is at 6:37. So, but it's a sad day taking place in September. That's neither here nor there. It is dew point 56 degrees, we're just right above it, I guess. UV index is 0 of 11, and the waxing gibbous is our moon phase. Whew. Taking a quick look at history on this day. Back in 1912, the Philadelphia Athletics rout the Detroit Tigers 24-2 at Sheep Park. The Tigers used amateurs in protest at Ty Cobb's suspension from the game. And speaking of suspension from the game, first shout out will be, of course, to Tony. I don't think you're going to be able to make it here today, but shout out to you, Tony. Thank you. Appreciate making contact with you the other day. Back in 1942, New York ends night baseball games for the rest of World War II. Back in 1942. Imagine that. Unbelievable. In 1968, Al Kaline hits his 307th homer, surpassing Hank Greenberg as a Tiger. Wow. Back in 2013, the 138th Preakness, Gary Stevens aboard Oxbow wins in 157.54. 1 minute, 57 seconds, 0.54. And finally, looking back today in 2021, I guess it must be Tony Day. Major League Baseball Tigers Spencer Turnbull no hits the Seattle Mariners 5-0 at Comerica Park in Detroit. I wonder if Tony was there for that one. I don't know if he was, but that's okay. Folks, I see you. I see the number count. Thank you. Please give us a like. Appreciate it. And I think we already have one. Good morning, Gridiron Girl. What are you doing, woman? Come on in. So, Aisha, thank you, thank you, thank you. You girls know what to do. So, anyway, let's see if this one's going to be a good one. I can't believe I forgot to go to the gym. Really, especially in the condition that I'm in. That's 7 years in a row now. That's for all of you. And taking a look in international stuff, National Rugby League there in the Telstra Premiership, round 11 already. Wow, this is in the land down under of the island next door. Of course, this was on 17th. These games are final. The Raiders. Oh, I'm sorry. It's National Rugby League down in New Zealand. The Raiders beat the Bulldogs 24-20. The Broncos. Oh, yeah, the alternate. Up must be New Zealand. Alternate universe. Broncos edge the Seagulls 13-12. The Knights by 4 over the Titans, who scored 24. Do the math. I don't know what is going on. I'm getting all these alerts right now, so I'm sorry. Today, result the Sharks 38-30 over the Roosters. The Rabbitohs lost to the Cowboys 28-22. And later today, the Warriors visit the Panthers at 8:05 p.m. Pacific time. Storm visit the Eels at 11:05 p.m. And tomorrow, the West Tigers take on the Dolphins in volleyball. And we're pretty much paying attention to the female volleyball. I'm sorry. It is what it is. The Huntington Beach Open is going on this weekend right now, May 17th through the 19th. As usual, I'm not there. Darn it. Hey, come on, man. No guy. I like that stuff. The female volleyball. The 2024 AVP Huntington Beach Open returns to the main stage as the first heritage event of 2024 in the path to the lead. Since 2000, Huntington Beach has been a mainstay on the AVP schedule and a hotbed for beach volleyball talent. Who will take the home? I'm sorry. Who will take home the hardware this year? I'm so sorry. I heard the beep. Someone entered. I got distracted. What up, big dog? How you doing?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Big dog, I've been waiting to see you, and I can't wait. I was hoping to see you this week, and maybe even see you next week. I got you a gift about a month and a half ago, not the gridiron gift where the gridiron girl, where she has a Lakers pin for you, which I still have not given to you. But as soon as I get a chance, I got something for you. I think you've already seen it. There it is. I can't wait to get. So your birthday's coming up. So I guess I'm going to hand it to you on your birthday. But I got this for your brother. This from Kobe Bryant. He is clearly one of your. I don't know if you. Oh, he's not your favorite of all time, but he is clearly one of your favorite players, I believe. I think you were a fan of Kobe. Yeah. Oh, there's a little smile there. You just liked Kobe, didn't you? Come on. Make it clear. I finally get the big dog something, damn it. And I'm like, man, if it was had a big Kareem or Magic Cooper, even Norm Nixon or James Worthy, right? No.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, shit. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I think I can still return it to Barnes and Noble. Just kidding. No, you were clearly a fan of Kobe. Hell yeah, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well,
Five rings, you can't deny that.
no, you cannot. So this is a life remembered. It was an LA Times special, and it was there. And I said, "Oh man, I got to get it." And yeah, it was really cool. I've been dying to get it to you, but so many things going on in the world. But folks, I will have to keep the earphones on for a while. I mean, it was a bit sad. I'm throwing a lot of beans out there. I did announce it when I saw the report.
What?
Yeah, exactly. When I saw the report, I have hearing loss very minor on the left side. And I've known that. I've always known it's the right side, especially in the last 6, 7 years. And I had all these diagrams, reports, and stuff, and the numbers. Man, it's kind of like when you have vision. You're 20. It's similar to vision. The ratings 2020. It tells you that. I'm not even going to tell you how I got into the triple digits on the right ear. That's bad. So, big dog. It turns out that women have a higher pitch than men, and
Yeah.
I think there is a creator in the world because as men grow older, they have difficulty with high pitched stuff. I did. It was made clear to me. It was a bit of a joke, but he says, you may have trouble hearing your significant other. I've had trouble hearing her for the last 30 years. I've been deaf for 30 years. But anyway.
But the big question is that a curse or is that a gift?
I think it's a gift. That's what I was alluding to. Sorry. So, hey, it is what it is. So, looking forward to be able to go and have the fans yell at a baseball game. Live a life normally, I suppose, and see if I can hear them now. I always wondered why Big Dog, hey, when we go to the baseball games, didn't I tell you? Hey, there's no communication out there. I guess I really couldn't hear them. There were signs. No?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I want to take a quick look. And, we got again, another like from Sonia Rubles or Rubles or whatever in the hell. Rubbles. I don't know what it is. I guess it's Rubbles. But Sonj. And then someone else by the name of Peter Gama. I wonder who that could be. So.
Some asshole. I don't know.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that this morning. But we're good. Taking a quick look at this stuff going around. I already did AVP NASCAR, folks. I believe the All-Star 101 Cup Series is coming up. It's going to be at the North Wilkesboro Sunday event. Formula One. Are they doing that? What do I have to accept all? Okay, here we go. There is an event coming up, the qualifying for Emilio Romagna 2024. That starts in about 47 minutes, which is kind of cool. Oh, we got another like right now. I think we did. Did we? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we did. Stiff upper lip. Aisha Kerr. Where are these kids? Where are you? Come on in. Join.
She's in the chat room.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they are in the chat room. So.
Well, she's in the chat room. I don't know who else is there.
Yeah, well, hopefully they'll come on over and join the program. Yeah, this one was a few minutes ago. So very quick as we go over, and maybe the big dog can fill me in because I have been lost to the world for the last few weeks. I've been insular. I haven't been paying attention to stuff. He can give us a quick lowdown on what is going on in the NBA playoffs. I did see. I'll talk about the NHL playoffs a little bit later, but stupid Kings. They were eliminated a while ago, but that's neither here nor there. In Major League Baseball, if Big Dog would like to also, if he has possibly the standings, if you would like to go over that, and I will go over the scores for yesterday. Pirates, 9-3 over the Cubs. Phillies edged they outdid the Nationals by 2, 4-2. The Orioles, 9-2 over the Mariners. Yankees, 4-2 over the Black Sox. The Rays edged the Blue Jays 4-3. The Guardians 3-2 over the Gemelitos. Oh, Miami just put it to the Marlins 8-0. I'm sorry. Miami put it to the Marlins. Miami put it to the Mets 8-0. And the Padres. Oh my goodness, the Padres 3-1 over the Braves. Sorry, Dan. Oh, Dan, did I put your book on the where the hell is your book? Oh, I think I already put it over there because I didn't want to lose it. I was trying to organize stuff, the eternal problem that I have, amongst other things. So we're going to go to Dan's book in a moment, and he's going to be interviewed on our program. As a matter of fact, Dan Schlossberg will be joining the professionals, at least for the first few minutes while we talk baseball, on June 1st, folks. The professionals returns, as usual. It does about June 1st of every year, and it runs on the first month all the way through to the first week of January as well. And here we go. Good morning, Aisha. How you doing?
Morning. How are you?
I'm all right, but I'm having trouble hearing you. Is it that high? Yeah,
What?
is it that high tone stuff? What? Huh?
Something wrong with the volume?
No, just being.
No, he's just being an ass.
It's just deaf in his right lug as usual.
Well, it turns out that I have a slight in the left ear as well, but it's significant in the right ear. So, Yet
So when do you get your
another
hearing
example.
aids?
It's already gone in through the approval. So,
Oh, so
um,
sometime next year. Okay.
no, actually, this one, because of where I went, these are going to move a little bit faster. So, Big Dog, I think in 11 months. Y- Don't be a dick. You have to have faith in the system. Big Dog already knows if someone gives a number, I always, if they say it's 365, I'm like, it's 364. Don't be that way. I mean, it's the way I always operate. So I have no idea when I'm going to get them, but we'll see.
Mm.
Continuing, the America's AAA team 6-2 over the Athletics. The Angels. Oh my goodness, the Angels 9-3 over the Texas Planeros. The Rangers. A-holes edged the Brewers, or the Cheaters edged the San Vacetos 5-4. The Cardinals 10-6 over the hated ones, the Red Sox. Well, no, they're not the hated ones. In Dodgerland, the Gigantes are the hated ones. They're just they're the Red Sox. They deserve their name. They've earned it. And of course, the Tigers, Tony's team, are now 22-22. They put it to Arizona 13-0. And Los Dodgers beat the Commies 7-3. Grove over Cruz. And the hated ones, Matt Alvarez is really excited over this one. They doubled up on the Colorado Rockies 10-5. Big Dog, would you give us the standings as of this morning, May 18th, in Major League Baseball?
Sure. In the American League, in the East, you have the New York Yankees at 31-16, leading the way. Next up is the Orioles, one game behind at 28-14. Then it's Tampa Bay 24-22, followed by the Red Sox and Toronto. In the Central, it is the Cleveland Indians at 28-17, followed by the Royals, 1.5 behind, 27-19. Followed by the Twins at 24-20, 3.5 behind. Then it's the Tigers and the White Sox. In the American League West, it is the Seattle Mariners at 24-21, followed by the world champs, the Rangers, 23-23, 1.5 behind.
Thank you for the reminder about that, Big Dog. I'd forgotten. Congratulations to the Rangers, seriously.
Followed by the Assholes, then Oakland, and the Angels are in last place. In the National League, it is the Philadelphia Phillies in the East at 32-14, followed by the Braves at 26-15, 3.5 behind. Then it is the Washington Nationals at 20-23, 10.5 behind. Then it's the Mets and Miami. In the Central, it is the Beer Drinkers. The Brewers are in first place at 26-18, followed by the Cubs, General America's team, at 25-21, 2 games behind, followed by the Pirates, St. Louis, and then in last place is Scorekeeper's second favorite team. In the West, it is the Dodgers at 30-17, followed by the Padres at 23-24, 7 games behind. Then it is Arizona, the hated ones, and in last place are the Colorado Rockies. Best team in baseball looks to be
the Phillies.
The Phillies?
Yeah, I think so.
96. Yeah, the Phillies are the best team in baseball at 32-14, and the worst team.
There's a few.
3 or 4.
Maybe Miami.
Miami so far.
Yeah, Miami.
Yeah, Miami's the worst team in baseball at 14-32.
Yeah, because the Rockies are 15-29, so no, the Miami's a bit below that.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little
And there
bit.
you have it.
And Big Dog, please correct me if I'm wrong, but this fascination that you have, and there it is, the fascination that you have with calling the Reds the Scorekeeper's favorite team, because I don't.
No, second favorite team. Second favorite.
Why? Is it because of that one time that I talked about that, folks? No matter how bad your life is going, no matter what is going on, it doesn't matter. If you really, really want to know relatively how good your life is, all you have to do is visit a Reds forum anywhere in the world, anywhere. And it was it that story? Was it because
No,
of that?
no. It's the fact that you don't like them. So of course I have to pick on that.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess. Yeah. They're far from America's team. They're the oldest continuously operating team in Major League Baseball. That's why they're the senior circuit.
Let's put it this way: would you rather me call the Reds your second favorite team, or the Red Sox?
I don't think you could actually say that out of genuine respect because I don't mess with you that way. Even I wouldn't say that the Boston Celtics are your second favorite team. So funny how both Big Dog and I do have that in common. We're unhappy with that which comes out of Boston, and yet we're true-blooded Americans in every which way. That's
Well,
where the. Oh, I'm sorry, Aisha.
well, that's because that's where the rivalry's at. My rivalry is, I hate Boston because of the Celtics, and yours is because of the rivalry you have with the Yankees and Boston. So it just so happens that Boston sucks.
I'm sorry, Aisha.
It's all right.
Oh,
I just put something up in the private chat just to get what either of you think about it.
please post. Oh no, that's very real. I'm gonna go ahead and post it in the comments. Aisha, why don't you get to that right now? I appreciate it, folks. There it is. And yeah, I was thinking about that this morning because apparently he hit one out pretty pretty far. I think it's still traveling.
Oh, I didn't know he had 9 stolen bases.
So, what do you reckon to the stats then? Big Dog? Good, bad, indifferent?
Oh, Otani's always been a great offensive player. Um, he's just, he's one of those unicorns that just happens to be able to pitch. Also, it's just that he's forever, tearing up his arm.
Hmm.
So
See, I don't ask scorekeeper because I guarantee once I ask scorekeeper, we will get a tirade of something or other. We'll never get him to stop.
And that's
do,
fair. I'm gonna jump in now. No, Big
do
Dog.
you think Otani should actually, since you're the pitcher of the group, does Otani have off speed stuff? Does he have an array of pitches?
Yes, yes, he clearly has an. I think he has 4 pitch. You know what? Being the pig that I am, he probably has 5.
Should in
He has 4 pitches.
in your humble opinion, should he maybe stay away from the fastball then, so he saves his arm, or is that
Probably.
not the problem?
Oh, okay. The problem is baseball. It's baseball. It's the way they're treating pitchers. This is something that we've been talking about for almost 16 years now in Major League Baseball. As you know, when Tri-State Sports Guys was on the network with us, God bless them, I miss those guys. When they were doing their reporting, they interviewed Tommy John on this network. And Tommy John was asked back then, just 10 years ago, what's the deal? He says, what happened to the Atlanta Braves of the 1990s? What was going on with the Braves? The pitchers never got hurt. What were they doing? They were throwing. They were throwing. They were throwing. They extended the arms. The way they treat the pitchers, and even Otani today, they treat them with fine kids' gloves. They have pitch limits, pitch counts, and stuff. And if you treat something carefully, it's going to get broken easily. You have to. But this goes all the way down to the kids leagues now. It's
So what you're basically saying is abuse the player and they get a bit stronger, right?
use them and quote me however you want on that one. Okay. You need to open them up. Look, in high school, I was told I had a rubber arm because I could bounce back. Well, back then even they didn't know very much either, but I could throw every day. Effectively, I don't know, but I did. I threw every day. Now in game situations, I did not throw every day, but the thing is, you've got to get these guys to throw. You got to get them. Folks, I told a story that I went because after high school, I didn't play for a few years, maybe 2, 3 years, and I got back into it. And I blew out my arm the only time I ever did about 3 weeks into the start of the new season. And I was really concerned. I'm like, I couldn't, and I was playing first base. I couldn't throw to second base. I was Steve Garvey times 50. So those of you who know Steve Garvey know that one. But anyway, I couldn't throw anywhere, and it was a worst kept secret. Well, what my teammates did is, dude, you got to get out here and run. Oh, for the love of God, I hate running. You got to build up the arm. You got to run. You got to build up your body. You got to keep doing that. Now, obviously, baseball players are doing that. But another thing that my buddies used to do is they used to go bowling, and that would strengthen the arm as well. And they don't do things like that. They don't do things to strengthen the arm the way it used to be. And they need to get back to that. And they're doing different types. They're doing weights. They're putting bulk on so they can throw harder. You already know that throwing a baseball in this manner is unnatural. So it's very difficult to stay healthy. And now that they're building up these bodies differently, they're everyone's talking about launch angles and spin rate. This in the lifetime of baseball, it's like the lifetime of humanity or the world. We're just like there in seconds. All this spin rate stuff, it's just the last few seconds of baseball history. It's the most up to date thing, and I think it's detrimental to the game. They have to use the pitchers. They have to stop treating them like fines ladies watches. They have to treat them like Mickey Mouse watches. You got to use them. And a probable Hall of Famer said that, not me. Name is Tommy John, someone who had reconstructive surgery. You guys all know the story. But the tirade, you were expecting a tirade. I went on pitching. Going back to Shohei Ohtani, folks, I don't understand what the deal is. The numbers speak for themselves. Scorekeepers having an intellectual woody with stuff like this. How can I not be happy for the game? Shohei Ohtani is a wonderful player, and he is playing more than not. That has been my gripe for the first 5 years of his career. Hey, let him play a full season. Oh, I still don't know if he's played a full season. But look, he's getting a $700 million contract. Good for him. Congratulations. The bombs that this guy hits are just unbelievable. The stuff that he does is just absolutely amazing. Come on, you don't need my opinion. My opinion matters not. Shohei Ohtani, what he is doing, these numbers, they're good. Are you kidding me? Every team would give their left nut to have a guy hit 365, 435 on base, and a 696 slugging. Give me a break. Those are phenomenal numbers. Yeah. Question is, when he comes back to pitch, are the Dodgers still going to have him pitch, knowing his injury risk and injury history? Hey, glad I don't have to make that decision because I'm in a quandary. Big Dog said he's a unicorn. Yeah, he is. You know,
Now I'm trying to remember. Has he had Tommy John surgery? I'm trying to remember. I know he's injured the arm, a multitude of times, but has he actually had Tommy John?
let us ask our inside counsel to do some research for us. Waldo P. Heffelnickel, would you please look up Shohei Ohtani injuries? Oh, first thing that came up was bobblehead. Sorry. I just thought that was funny. Oh, did you hear there was a mess at Dodger Stadium for the bobblehead?
Yeah, everybody wanted the bobblehead.
Yeah. Okay. He's had elbow ligament injury, but I don't know if he had surgery. He's had oblique injuries, UCL injuries. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever had Tommy John.
Well, the injury that, well, I would think, remember, Tommy John surgery is where they blow out their arm and they remove a tendon, usually from the right hand, and they implant it in the left.
Excuse me.
Yes, token Brit.
He has had that. Shohei
Wow.
Ohtani, the Los Angeles Star pitcher, designated hitter, torn the ulnar collateral ligament in his pitching elbow. Ohtani underwent Tommy John surgery in 2018, the same elbow.
Okay. Thank you.
So there you go. Okie dokie. I went digging. I found.
And I thank you. Mr. Heffelnickel, you will make your appearance next week. Folks, I'm working on these sock puppets. I'm going to have, as you know, I already have the two characters. I'm not going to announce them today. I don't think they're going to be on Sports Talk with the guys, but Waldo P. Heffelnickel will be. And I think you guys will get a kick. The sock puppets probably will not be here. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was just going to say, Mr. Heffelnickel, don't forget, works for the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. So don't forget that.
Forgot that name. Yeah, I'm going to forget it again. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. You got to write that down, because if I don't write it down, it's not going to happen. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. It's almost a 1910s, 1920s way of saying that, but that's cool. Yes, Mr. Heffelnick.
You can thank Johnny Carson for that one.
I disliked Johnny Carson as a person, whatever, but
really?
but as a host of the Tonight Show, oh my goodness, absolutely phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I didn't like Johnny, but I used to watch the late night programs, and then I switched over, of course, to
because he was a jerk, or in real life, or what?
Yeah, he could be a jerk from time to time. Yeah. But there's no doubt he made us all laugh. He made many of us laugh for decades. And I did. Well, it's kind of like the thing that I had with Shatner. I mean, well, there's nothing that I have with Shatner. I don't like Shatner in real life. He's not, whatever. I've seen him in real life. He's, ugh.
I don't like the man, but I'd like his money.
Which one?
Next
Shatner or Johnny?
Well, Johnny's dead, so he doesn't have money anymore.
I better move your book before I mark it accidentally.
Next time you're at a convention and Shatner's there, you should run by and just, grab his toupee and keep on running.
No. First of all, thank you, Big Dog. I can't run right now. I can't hear, so I'm screwed. I am very screwed right now. So
I'm not going there on that one.
You just did. By the very comment, you just did. Okay, you're implying that. Okay, go. Come on.
Yeah, okay, duh. No problem. You carry on.
I was trying to phonetically sound out the, but with this gone, duh. Ask you to forgive me.
All you got to do now is walk outside, spray yourself bright yellow, and then come back in. And you'll be Homer Simpson.
No, that would be the Big Dog. No, he'd be comic book guy.
Yeah, I was going to say comic book guy, maybe.
That would be Big Dog. I would be Apu from the Quickie Mart.
Yeah, I doubt it.
With the attitude? Yeah, I think so. That's
okay.
I do want to give a shout out to Solomon Walters. We met briefly yesterday for an afternoon, almost a dinner meal. He showed up around 5 o'clock. I guess that would be dinner for some people. And he couldn't decide. He either wanted the hat or something that starts with a P. I don't know, but that's him. And I suggested.
Does it start with the P and end with the Y?
No, it's like Palom. It's something. It's that place that cooks the bread. What is that place? I don't know. So we ended up going to King Taco, and he was going to order his tacos, and then I went for a burrito, and he says, "You know what? I'm going to get a burrito after a while." And he went and he got himself the Al Pastor burrito, which he was kind of happy with. But if if you go to King Taco, the cilantro and the onion is mixed together. I don't like that.
Neither
But
do I.
I ordered my carne asada burrito without onion and, of course, with salt on it. Well, the young lady was preparing the burrito, and then she looked at it and she's like, I prepared it incorrectly. Would you like an extra burrito? Are you out of your mind? And ladies and gentlemen, there it sits right here, right now. I just heated it just before we went live, and I'm going to partake of this burrito. I know, I'm sorry, Aisha. It's kind of like when I'm in jerk mode on Sunday morning, right? Always having a meal. But there it is. Now, this burrito has onion and cilantro in it. So we're going to find out how much of a little brat I am or how much of a baby. So, sorry.
All I can say is,
Yes.
first of all, it was, the talk program on a Sunday became a cookery program. Now Sports Talk with the Guys is becoming a cookery program. Have you got things about cookery programs?
Woman, I'm hungry. I'm sorry. That's all it is. I'm hungry.
Hungry? You eat as much as a third world country, man.
Oh, you're talking about Perillos.
No, because that might be a little too high class for for Solomon Walters. They're famous. They're Panera bread. There it is.
Oh, Panera.
Panera. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about you trying to eat healthy. Okay.
Yeah.
The
I don't
imitation
know.
healthy.
I'm
The
sorry.
imitation healthy.
Hey, come on. I come across as healthy. When? I thought that's the only thing you and I had in common is non-healthy.
No, I didn't say you're healthy. I said Solomon, since he wanted to eat at Panini's
Panera.
or whatever the fuck you said.
Panera.
I
What?
think
Just Panera.
actually, I think Scorekeeper actually has got shares in Taco King, because that's all he ever goes
I
on about.
wish. I think it's privately owned.
I mean, what's next? Your favorite curry house?
Have you ever had curry, Big Don?
Mm-hmm.
I may. I don't even recall. I may have had it once at a fast food or at a.
I
haven't had real curry.
I used to make katsu chicken curry.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I used to make katsu chicken curry.
Katsu chicken curry.
Yeah, it's a Japanese dish.
If only. If only. Morning, Michael. If only.
Morning, Michael. How are we?
How are we?
The bug again. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I want to give Michael a shout out. He is in Kentucky this morning, at the shoot for. Come on, Michael, help me out. Who's there? There's a fan film production this weekend that's being shot. I don't know if you can tell us who, but Potemkin Pictures. I am so sorry. Hey, yes, he's at a film shoot, Potemkin Pictures. So can't give any details as to what is being shot because we have to be respectful. No, Michael, okay, well there it is. An episode of Starship Demos is being filmed. Very good. So this one has onion in it, folks. If I could own something in addition to King Taco, it would also be Zanku. Big Dog, I've talked about Zanku from time to time. Zanku chicken.
The hell is that?
It's a Lebanese brand. We're gonna have. There's nothing out here in the Inland Empire. There are no locations out here in the Inland Empire. The closest to us would either
You're
be.
not in the Inland Empire. You're in the San Gabriel Valley.
No, San Gabriel Valley ends over at Kellogg Hill. On this side of the hill, it's the Inland Empire.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, okay. I'll see if I can look up some cartographers and you can play with them for a little while. No, actually, well, if thou just want to be argumentative, this is the Walnut Pomona
not
Valley.
argumentative. No, I'm not.
No, this is the Pomona Walnut Valley. And when I found that out, I'm like, what? Like, okay, well, whatever. It is what it is. And it goes through that little gap between Diamond Bar and Kellogg Hill, and it leads into Walnut. I was like, oh, that's the Pomona Walnut Valley? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess it is.
Well, I mean, it's that saying it that way is self-explanatory.
Yeah, but the San Gabriel Valley is west of Kellogg Hill, folks. So, but yeah, the Inland Empire is this conglomeration of all these different stuff on all the way out to Redlands, all the way out to Pomona. So kind of cool. Anyway, folks, good stuff. I'm going to be partaking of that burrito in a little bit. Hopefully, I can get Big Dog to try. Big Dog actually has a varied palate. He'll at least try it once. I've got to give him credit. I think he's braver than I am when it comes to stuff like that. He'll go,
Gotta try something once before you say you don't like it,
you
no
know,
matter what it is.
and Big Dog will go on
Yeah.
his own. He doesn't need to be drugged there by a friend or anything, or a family member, whatever. He'll go on his own. And I know
will.
I've tried places because of him, and that's why it's. I don't know if it's braver, as I said, but he is braver than I am when it comes to.
And I'm not just talking about food, by the way, but that's neither here nor there.
What else are you talking about?
Fill in the blank.
I'm sorry, what?
Fill in the blank. Doesn't matter.
Damn, my hearing is going because I hit fill in the blank.
You gotta try.
Like,
You
what?
gotta try it once. You gotta try something once before you say you don't like it,
Oh,
and
well,
that's across the board.
Yeah, true. I mean, marriage. Tried it once.
Marriage, a thumb going somewhere, fingers,
Anything
Anyways.
once, nice things twice, and I've only been married once. So what does that tell you?
well, all right, that's fair. Okay, I suppose I asked a stupid question and I got an enlightened answer, so it's a good thing. Let me see. Do we have any other additional shout outs? No, we still have the original three. So that's cool. Oh, someone by the name of Aisha Kerr gave us a like. Oh, neato. Okay.
Right. Chicken katsu curry, Japanese style. You prep it 20 minutes, cook it 30 minutes, and it's got all sorts of like grapeseed, onions, garlic, carrots, honey, soy sauce in it. You have chicken breasts, plain flour, black pepper. So it's nice.
Well, maybe you can.
You piqued Scorekeeper's interest because he likes breasts.
Well, normally when you dip the breasts, it tells you to put plain flour on them before you roll it in the breadcrumbs. But I normally find that if you leave the plain flour off and just dip the chicken breast in the eggs, then roll it in the breadcrumbs tend to stay on it when you deep fry them.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Breast.
I could see that one.
Sports-
He doesn't like dipping. Scorekeeper likes kneading. He likes kneading his breasts.
I was going to say that Sports Talk with the Guys is well known for
Off topic.
bastardizing. No, not at all. It is what it is. I don't even have to say that. Well known for bastardizing the English language, many phrases and stuff. And I have to say that I had not heard breastises for a while now. That one had that might have been one of the first ones on Sports Talk with the Guys. It's kind of funny. We had that one has not been on for a while.
Yeah, because it's well known that Scorekeeper is a breasts man.
Or as we say in
And I'm
England,
not.
you like to play with the boobies.
Yep.
Sadly. Past tense. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a little bit of football news that we're going to get to, a little bit of baseball as well. And I do have some golf news, which is actually very funny. I
Big
heard
time
the
golf
story
news.
yesterday. Yep, I heard the story yesterday from Solomon Walters, which was pretty good. And we have some sad news coming up from Alaska, which I'm going to get to, and I'm glad Aisha is here with us right now. I'm going to share the article with everyone in just a moment. I need to give it in the private chat as well as in the comment. This was on MSN. This is actually several days ago now, ladies and gentlemen. But basically, and first of all, I need to preface this conversation as it must be election season. We must be in an election year because this is when you have bills that are high topic or hot button issues. But Alaska lawmakers passed bills segregating sports teams by quote unquote sex at birth. Alaskan lawmakers exchanged emotional and often combative statements for more than 17 hours over the weekend. This was on the 15th. And that would limit student participation in sports teams. The bill was ultimately passed by the Alaska House of Representatives late Sunday evening. Members of the Democratic minority introduced several amendments to the bill last week, which had 88 introduced and made various motions to prevent its advancement as members of the House pulled weekend shifts. The bill passed the House with a 22 to 18 majority. The new law would require students to play on teams that correspond to their sex at birth. A similar ban already exists for Alaska's high schools, which was implemented by Republican Governor Dunleavy appointed board members who voted in June of 2023. Several Democrats expressed concern about the bill, how it would be a policy and financial burden on schools to determine students' sex at birth. They also said it would inevitably require the state to breach its own privacy laws. In addition, they argued that the legislation would open schools and states to lawsuits regarding equal protection and Title IX, a federal constitutional law that applies to state-funded educational institutions. Now, folks, it's election season. It's a hot and button issue, and people are driven to get people to get out to vote. And how do you do it? By hitting on a particular subject. Not going to make it any more political than that right now. And this year, Alaska went ahead and passed this bill. Now, there was already a bill in Alaska, as I mentioned, that already does that in high school. And now it's going to be everything, all sports teams.
Now, you were saying from the article that it says it's going to cost X amount of money to, I guess, verify this. I don't know how it's going to cost any extra money, because when you go to school, you have to provide your birth certificate. So how is that going to cost more money? Because you're already providing that to the school anyways.
Well, Alaska is a different animal. Big Dog, things happen differently in Alaska. And I would equate it to being not unlike the Latin world. It is very common in the Latin world to have two birthdays, because people would go to town and they would only go there once a month, and you had only a certain window to report the birth of a child. And very common for people who lived out in the country that the parents fudged the birthday a little bit so they wouldn't get fined. So they have two actual birthdays, when they were actually born and when it was reported. Now, Alaska has a very similar system where it's difficult having birth certificates in the outback, where you still have these different nations. It's called First Peoples, First Nations. There's different requirements. It's going to be a little more difficult in ways that we don't understand, Big Dog.
I understand that part of it, but that's in the outskirts of Alaska. We're talking about, or I'm pretty sure you're talking about the main cities in Alaska that are doing Title IX schools, and high school and such. Those aren't out in the outback. Those are in the major cities. So the major cities, you have to provide your birth certificate to go to school. And all they do is take an extra second to say, okay, male or female. That's it. They don't have to look at the birthday, or they'll look at the birthday and say, oh, okay, male, go in this pile. Female, go in that pile. So I don't know how that's going to, my question was, how is that going to add to undue expenses when you're only looking for an extra second on the birth certificate that you have to provide anyways?
Well,
for me, it's just the politicians trying to milk more money out when there's no justification for it.
There's more to it, and I don't want to get into it right now because there's just some other issues. Okay. I understand that you have to prove at each game. So you're going to have a copy of it, number one. You have to hold it. You have to have a reservoir. It's going to add undue costs in that way. and it's interesting because it's going to go against the privacy laws that exist in Alaska as well. But you're the forgive me, big dog, but
Mhm.
Title IX exists all over in Alaska, and they have schools in all the little cities and stuff. It's not just the big cities, and it's kind of funny because there's 3 big cities in Alaska, maybe even only 2. You have Anchorage and Juneau, and then Fairbanks. That's the 3rd city. They have schooling throughout the entire state,
No,
but
I know
that I think is
that.
a minor issue. Um, that is just one of the things. Aisha, please,
Yeah.
token Brit, jump in.
Well, you see, I don't know what it's like in America, but over here, if a person gets a gender recognition certificate, they can actually have their birth certificate altered to show that they have, they are born of an opposite gender.
I genuinely don't know how it works here, big dog. I don't know if you know anything about it. I know in the Latin world, when you alter a birth certificate, and what I mean alter is maybe make a correction. There are misspellings. You have the original birth certificate, which is usually in white, and then you have the legal one, which is in pink, which is kind of funny if you think about it. The attachment, which has like the original stuff and what it should be, but that's just for a correction in the Latin world. I have no idea how it is here in the United States.
No, as I said, I know over here you can once you don't even have to have corrective surgery. You can actually apply for what they call a gender recognition certificate.
Does that apply for minors also? That would be my. I understand.
I
I
would be
understand the.
unsure on that one. I wouldn't have
See,
thought.
I understand the certificate of of changing that, but I would figure that would be in adults. These are high schools. These are high school students and under. So that's why I was wondering. That's why I posed that question right now. Is that also for minors?
Are you I'm not sure if you heard me, big. Are you familiar with some of the procedures here? Do we have that in the United
No,
States?
I know you have to provide a birth certificate when you go to school
Oh
so
no,
that
no,
you
no,
can
no. I'm
register
sorry. No,
a
no, no, no.
child.
I mean, when a change takes place, have you heard? Are
No,
you familiar?
no.
I don't either. I don't know.
No, I mean, over here, I mean, you don't have to have, you don't even have to be undergoing treatment, and you can claim a gender recognition certificate, which is, as far as I'm concerned, a load of crap. Because what's the point of claiming a certificate if you're walking around as a complete male? To me, defeats the object.
So
And my see, and then my other question, of course, because the wheels are always turning for me. Um, if you get a gender re-identification certificate, can you change it back 2 years later if you change your mind? I mean, how many times can you keep getting one?
I don't that on that one. I wouldn't honestly know. I know once you've had gender reassignment surgery, you ain't changing back.
Yeah,
You may
that
want
that
to.
that part I understand.
Yeah, you may want to, but you ain't going to be changing back because it's a one way. And you see, this is a thing that really bugged me, because a lot of individuals have this stupid idea that you can have surgery and then after a couple of years get everything back again. Well, here's a newsflash: you ain't getting nothing back again. You get rid of it, it gone for good. That's it. It's a one-way system rabbit hole, and you ain't turning around. This is why, when it comes to the kids, I always say, look,
Yeah,
think about it. Wait
I agree.
until you get to a certain age. Yes, okay, for a boy, your voice might break. Who gives a shit? As long as you, at the end of that wait, you are 100% certain that's what you want to do. Because once you've done it, that's it. You're stuck with it for the rest of your life.
now, Aisha, it's okay. It's interesting you say that, but some people I'm surprised I'm even taking this line of questioning, but some people would actually say that that's a negative connotation, it's a choice and it's a wonderful life-changing decision. It's not that you're stuck with it. It's that's what you've been all your life.
Yeah.
Now you're that. So
But it's not necessarily that. I have unfortunately come across people who have been convinced, shall we say, that they need to undergo this procedure.
Really?
Yeah. And they don't. They don't. I
in,
mean,
in what way, Anime Girl?
uh,
I'm ignorant when it comes to
yeah,
that.
no, it's a case of, you have, for instance, you have a 12, 13-year-old who suddenly thinks they're in the wrong body. So they want to get into the right body. But instead of going to seek medical assistance and psychiatric assistance, they go and listen to some idiot on a street corner who's pushing an agenda. And they go down the rabbit hole with all the wrong information. The result is they get down the rabbit hole, they go past a certain point in that rabbit hole, and they're stuck. And that's when you get these individuals that turn around and say they were lied to or they weren't given the proper information. And this is the part you've got to be so careful with. You cannot just leap into it. I mean, I spent 10 years reading books. I've still got the books. I don't understand all the language, but I had a good idea and connotation of what would happen once I went down the rabbit hole.
Yep.
And I chose that rabbit hole myself. I admit when I did it, I was, I suppose you could say, a consenting adult, but it was my bloody choice. It wasn't anybody else's choice. And it ain't easy. And it's a nasty little world out there. And people should realize that not everybody has an option. I spoke to somebody and they said quite openly to me, you either go down the rabbit hole or you end up in a wooden box. And I didn't want to end up in a wooden box. I mean, I tried to get in that wooden box twice. I didn't succeed. Everybody keeps saying the third time's a charm. I just haven't seen if that's true or not.
You don't need to find out.
No. So it's just certain people have to go down the rabbit hole. I always remember the psychiatrist says nobody in their right mind chooses to be a transsexual. No one. It's nobody in their right mind would voluntarily put themselves through what a true transsexual puts themselves through, because you've got to deal with the hate, the lies, the misconceptions, the sheer bloody mindedness of people who listen to, pardon my expression, listen to bullshit and believe it.
Anime Girl, thank you. We're going to go back to you in a moment. I want to welcome Gridiron Girl. Good morning, young lady. How are you doing?
Morning, everybody.
Morning, Gig.
Morning.
Come on, Gig, how are you?
I'm here.
Gig, did you like Scorekeeper's poll video?
Yes.
Okay.
I missed that one.
You don't have an Instagram. I forgot to add it to the Sports Talk with the Guys one.
My poll video?
Yes, you must.
Yeah, there was
you
a video
must.
of a guy dancing on a pole, and I said that was your video of when you dance at cheetahs.
Okay.
Memory's
Yeah,
going as well as the hearing, so I
I'm not
can neither
going there.
confirm nor deny.
I ain't going there.
Apparently I did. I don't know. So, while I want to thank you for the laughter, Gridiron Girl. Anyway, I think you've been listening to what we've been talking about. I don't know if you wanted to jump in on this, please.
Actually, I hadn't, because I was trying to get
I'm sorry.
to
Trying to get in.
it.
She was folding her chonies, and she decided to finally jump in.
No.
Oh, you don't fold your
Oh,
chonies.
were you
okay.
doing other housework then? I'm sorry, and I know that's
No.
pejorative in nature. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's too early to
She
do
was
the
Surely does.
homework.
walking the dogs.
Were you walking the Roofy and
Wheezy?
Wheezy?
No.
Easy.
No.
I think Big Dog and I need to adopt the different names. That would be Roofy, and I would end up being Wheezy. But if you think about it, no, no, it's more appropriate that he would be Roofy, but he could also be Wheezy. So I don't know. But
So,
I would
yep.
classify the pair of you more as Rim and Stempy, but never mind.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I missed what was being talked about.
Alaska is doing something during a political year. They're
Oh.
extending the ban. Well, actually, I shouldn't say ban. That's incorrect. Alaska has a law on the books that in the high school that players need to prove their gender, and they have to play to that. So if they were born male, they have to play in male sports, and female in female sports. And now that has been extended statewide. Now there's a bunch of issues that are mentioned in the article. There's a lot there in that short article, and I think it's worthy that everyone take the time to take a look at it. I don't think we have the time, and I don't have the inclination to go through everything that's in there because there's a lot in there. And
Okay.
but it's there is a lot in there, and it's worthy. Some people would say it's a jerkwater state. In some ways, it is. I've been there. I know it's a backwater state in many ways. But I told everyone that I had road rage for the first 15 minutes, and it dawned on me. I said, I'm the only one that doesn't have a gun up here. So I have to watch out.
Huh.
I got to be honest and say my opinion on transgender or transsexual people playing sports is they should play sports with other transsexuals or transgenders.
Hmm.
I don't believe that for instance, a person who, shall we say, transitions at the age of 21 should go and play against females. I mean, you take the average height of a female is at 5'4" and probably weighs 10 stone wet if they're lucky. And then you get the average 24-year-old male is probably coming at more like 13 stone. And you imagine that bloke running down the pitch and bouncing off the female. The only one that's going to get hurt is the girl. So yeah, if you want to play sports, by all means, play sports, but play amongst your own kind.
I would agree to that. I believe that there should have been a third league for a while now. When you look at swimming aquatics, I didn't know this until it was explained to me that the human body, males, when it comes to aquatics, are more of a missile. Women, I'm not trying to be sexist, are more designed to bring life into the world, and the curvature of the body, there's more resistance. Men are faster swimmers.
Well, most women you fall into, was it, I think, two or three body shapes. I mean, you've got apple, pear, and something else. It's the general body shape. So yeah, I mean, you look at most guys; they're broad at the shoulder, narrow at the hip. So and they just and off you go.
Yeah.
And don't forget, you've also got body mass, muscle density, and stamina, which you will, despite taking hormones, there will be a residual bonus there, which is detrimental to natural born females, which again is wrong. You're taking on somebody who's sexually hasn't got the same advantages as you've got. So it's not fair. It's not right. It really isn't. I mean, if you want to lift weights, fine, lift weights. Lift weights as a guy, or lift weights as a woman, or, God forbid, you're one of us, lift weights as a transsexual. Be proud of what you bloody are. Don't hide behind somebody else's skirts. Step out from behind the shadows. I know we get shot at a lot, but some of us have to stick a head above the parapet. You want to run, fine, run, but run against your own kind. Don't run against somebody that hasn't got the same amount of stamina that you have, because it's not fair. Really isn't. And I'll probably get hate for this, but I don't give a shit.
No.
The way I'm feeling at the moment, I really don't give a damn.
Hey, Anime Girl, no. If anyone will get anything, it'll be me. So it's okay. So don't worry about that. I'm the one that gets the messages, so it's all good. And I don't think, because if people had any idea, they now know. So I thank you for sharing with us your experience and your point of view. And for those of us that have been listening for the last 10 minutes, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, why are you here? Seriously.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear. So fair enough. There's another thing that happened in golf, which I'm not going to get to, related to that topic. If we want, and it talks about hatred about a transgender golfer, and maybe we'll get to it a little bit later since I've already touched on it. But there are bigger stuff that's going on, and I don't want to. God, we're already an hour into the program. It's 7:07 a.m. Pacific time. It is May 18th on in the year of 2024. This is Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. That's Anime Girl down there. That's Gridiron Girl. This is Big Dog. I'm the scorekeeper.
What?
It's what I feel. Now that I'm out saying it, it's different.
I'm
And
surprised
very
you didn't
nice.
cuss me out on the.
Excuse me.
Yes.
No, Scorekeeper, you've come out. Did I miss
Damn it! I heard that, and I was like, when I said it, I was like, oh, I
Well,
hope you know.
He's peeked through a few times, but
I mean,
now that
I never seen him wearing pink, but damn, I missed that one.
Actually, quite a bit of lavender and purple, but no, folks, I meant acknowledge. I know, it's
Yes.
funny. The moment I said it, I was like,
he has
Sorry,
the pink
Scorekeeper.
chonies with the frilly stuff on it.
I'm picking on the wrong
The
person.
ruffles.
Hey, I just could not resist that one. I'm trying to cheer myself up, but
well,
I think
I
you all
want to
know
thank.
why. But
I want to thank you for listening. See that's the trick, Anime Girl. That's what I've told you. You listen, you parse every word, and when you listen to people speak, Gridiron Girl, she's been on the rough end of me. How I listen to every word.
Yes.
Gridiron Girl, in many ways, she's so genuine, so innocent in her speech and the way she shares that I would, unfortunately.
yeah, you
I mean,
pick
it
on
was a World Cup game every time I had a conversation with Gridiron Girl. And she's talking about, damn it, I need the timesheets. I was able to pervert even that sort of a conversation. Oh,
The Gridiron Girl heard what I said though, just a few seconds ago, because she laughed, because she pictured it. I know she did,
oh no, I didn't.
but you didn't hear me, so
I didn't even know that there was a little peep out of the Big Dog right now.
yep.
No.
Oh yeah,
Big Dog. I don't even think you noticed when you were going like this.
Oh, I saw.
I know.
No, I saw that. It's just what are you gonna do? So, folks, I got the bad news, but also good news. I'm not gonna say I'm 2 for 2, but there's an ongoing issue that I have in the last year and a half. I'm not gonna get into any other verbal jousting, but let's just say there are 4 claims, and 2 have already been investigated, and 2 have already been proven to be 100% genuine. That's all I have to say, and I have 2 more coming up. One in June.
Does one of
another
them
one.
include having to take a little blue pill?
No, that's dead. I'm not making the 5th argument. That one's dead. I already know that one. So I you know what? I'm 3 for 5 then, as of right now. I was going on
600. There you go. That's damn good.
Yeah, it's actually I'm higher up on that one statistically. But all kidding aside, I was trying to throw it over to the Big Dog now, and I think he was starting to say something before the mind. Do you remember what it was? I know I threw it at you, Big Dog, for the next story that you wanted to get to.
What story? I have 2 weeks worth of stories.
Whatever you'd like. Yes, whatever you'd like.
Well, what sport would you like to go into?
A Big Dog.
I have them all.
Okay.
I have college. I have golf.
Oh, I know. I had a lot of stuff for that stuff too. So no, Big Dog, whatever you like. And guys, this is a round robin. That's what we're gonna do. So it's not a square robin, even though it looks like one, but it's a round robin. As you all
But you
know,
say the robin's fat, right?
sure.
Huh?
Round robin, yeah, round's a shape, fat, round.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I went
Well,
with
I was
sure.
just gonna. I was gonna say usually Robin's not a Mexican name because you could say she's a torta, but that's a whole nother story.
That was funny. I got the little laugh out of this one.
Yeah.
That was funny. I'm sorry. I heard it. Go ahead, big dog. I'm gonna step away for a quick moment. I need to get a fork because my burrito's falling apart. The King Taco burrito.
Okay. Well, so we'll go with the golf story, the big golf story that happened yesterday. So, come on. There
I'm
we
sorry.
go. So world number one golfer Scotty Scheffler was arrested in Louisville by the Louisville Metro Police on Friday morning after trying to drive into the entrance of Valhalla Golf Club, the site of this week's PGA Championship. Traffic outside the golf course had been stopped after a man was struck and killed by a shuttle bus around 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Scheffler faces charges of second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding traffic signals from an officer directing traffic. The assault charge is a felony. The others are all misdemeanors. Says Major James Logsden of the Louisville Metro Department of Corrections told ESPN that Scheffler was released about 8:40 a.m. Eastern Time Friday without bail, and he arrived at Valhalla less than an hour before he was scheduled to tee off at 10:08 Eastern Time. This is from Scheffler, said in the statement. This morning, I was proceeding as directed by police officers. It was a very chaotic situation, understandably. So, considering the tragic accident that had occurred earlier, there was just a big misunderstanding of what I thought I was being asked to do. I never intended to disregard any of the instructions. I'm hopeful to put this to the side and focus on golf today. Of course, all of us involved in the tournament express our deepest sympathies to the family of the man who passed away earlier this morning in the accident. It truly puts everything into perspective. According to ESPN reporter Jeff Darlington, who witnessed the incident, Scheffler was trying to drive around the crash scene on the median. A police officer instructed Scheffler to stop, but Scheffler continued to drive about 10 to 20 yards towards the entrance. At one point, the officer attached himself to the side of Scheffler's car. Scheffler stopped his car and turned into the entrance of the Valhalla Golf Club. After about 20 to 30 seconds, Scheffler rolled down the window to talk to the officer. The officer grabbed Scheffler's arm to pull him out of the vehicle, according to Darlington. The officer reached inside the vehicle to open the door, and when Scheffler was pulled out, he was pushed against the car and placed in handcuffs. Darlington was standing at the entrance when Scheffler was detained. Darlington said Scheffler turned to him and asked, "Can you help?" According to Darlington, the officer instructed him to stay away. You need to get out of the way, the officer told Darlington. Right now, he's going to jail, and there's nothing you can do about it. The officer, Detective Brian Gillis, identified as Detective Gillis in the arrest report, was dragged to the ground and suffered pain, swelling, and abrasions on his left wrist after the car accelerated forward, according to the police report. The officer was dressed in a highly visible reflective jacket when he stopped Scheffler's car to give instructions. The arrest sheet said Gillis was taken to the hospital for his injuries. So that was a fun morning for the number one golfer in the world.
Do you know the type of vehicle he was driving, Big Dog?
It doesn't say, but if I remember correctly from the video, it looked like it was a sedan of some sort.
Well, see, I've got added statement here that says Scheffler's attorney was proceeding as directed by a traffic officer.
Mm-hmm.
in the confusion. Multiple eyewitnesses have confirmed that he did not do anything wrong, but
Mhm.
was simply proceeding as directed. He stopped immediately on being directed and never at any point assaulted any officer with his vehicle.
See, folks, if you've ever done traffic control, which I
Mhm.
have, oh my goodness, you have to work as a team. And if you lose sight of your team, that can create a lot of problems. Believe it or not, the guy or the gal that has the paddle usually is the one that's controlling everything because they have to watch what's going on. But when you have other people involved, things can happen. You lose sight of that person. Okay, the reason why, okay, it's very difficult. That's all I'm going to say. It's really very difficult. But the reason why I asked the big dog is what type of vehicle is because I learned this that when you're driving a larger vehicle, when you hit something, you genuinely may not know about it because of the size of the vehicle. Sad but true. If he's in a sedan, the only thing that he has going for him is the soundproofing. Okay? You hear less. But how do you miss a peace officer attached to the vehicle trying to hold on? I imagine banging on the window, stuff, whatever. I imagine that's what happened. And he drugged the officer, right? Is that not the way?
Yeah, it says he drug him about 10 to 20 yards.
Okay, 10 to 20 yards. The number's big,
That's
but
a considerable amount.
yeah. It's a lot. But you can hear someone yelling. I've been in very expensive cars that have soundproofing. Anywhere
Yes.
from a Maserati to a Lexus. Oh, I'm sorry, to a BMW, Gridiron Girl. Yes. I apologize. I think it was an M. What was it? Was it an M3 Gridiron Girl?
Yes.
Yes, I've been in cars that are very silent, but you still hear people screaming, right, Gridiron Girl?
Yes.
I mean, you do. I'm coming from the outside, so
And not only that, whether you're in an expensive car or you're in a POS,
Yeah.
the fact is he wasn't driving very fast. I mean, he was going
Yeah.
another thing.
5 miles an hour. So even if your car is soundproof, completely soundproof, you're going to see the guy standing there. So
Yeah. But I've also seen situations, and I myself got caught by the LA County Sheriffs. For those that know the area, Garfield Avenue South in the City of Commerce, coming upon Telegraph. You know, there's a blind spot right there when you're heading south. Well, I was at the intersection. Everyone was stopped, and the signal turned green. I did not see and I did not hear the ambulance that was traveling eastbound on Telegraph, and I cut it off. I had my music on. I was in my Ford Probe. I mean, that car wasn't quiet in any way, but it had cabin stuff. It was a nice car, but it didn't, and I didn't hear it until, oh damn, I cut the ambulance off, and I went right ahead. There was a sheriff right next to me. He put his lights on and he came right up next to me, and I'm in the middle of the road, and he just wailed on me. Didn't you hear? No, I didn't. I didn't even try to cut the ambulance. I just light went green. I looked and I started to go forward, and here comes the ambulance. I'm like, oh man, I didn't realize it when I was halfway through that I cut off the ambulance. That guy cut into me for 2 minutes, and we're in the middle of the road on Garfield Avenue. I'm like, do you want me to pull to the side of the curb? I thought I was dead, man. I thought I was going to get arrested. I was like 19, 20 at the time.
now I understand what you're saying, and those are excruciating circumstances because it's a blind spot and he's coming. The thing is, in this situation, he wasn't the only car, and there was a ton of police all around him, and from ESPN reporter that was there witnessing it, he tried to drive around and went through the median. So it's not like he didn't know what was going on. So, like in your case, you didn't hear it because your windows were up, the music was on, it turned green, you didn't see him coming. So that's understandable. But I mean, if you've seen enough accidents, we've all seen enough accidents. We slow down. If there's cops right around us, we're looking to see what they're telling us to do. According to the ESPN reporter, it even says that he went around all that. He tried to go through the median, which meant he was trying to get around this.
Was he directed to go around?
No, it said he tried to drive around it, and the cop stopped him and said, "Stop." And he kept on going. That's when the guy attached himself to the car. So I understand everything that you're saying and all the other circumstances and stuff, but this, is the obvious one. When there's an accident.
I've got a video on here, and it's showing you the moment he was arrested.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
Now, I'm looking at this video, and I'll be perfectly frank and tell you that point one, I can see no accident. Point two, there is enough lights here that you would have thought it was a bloody runway of JFK.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I can understand if I'm in the car and the cop goes like that to me, that means he wants me to go that way round. Now, if that has happened to this guy because it's dark, then I can understand it. I can perfectly get where the guy's coming from.
And let me say one final thing. Folks, I'm not batting for this guy. I'm not. I'm just saying I had this circumstance. I have not seen any video. I have not. I thought it was out in the open. He was going to try to drive in. Look, my thing is, how the hell didn't you hear the cop? And dude, you've got to be paying attention. You have to be paying attention. But if it was a disjointed communicate, who's doing traffic control?
Another thing that they mentioned was this is the only way in to the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
It's a one road in. So it's not like there's different entrances or anything. There's only one way in, one way out. And the pedestrian, that got killed, got killed on that road in. So evidently he was crossing the crosswalk and a shuttle bus hit him about, I don't know how much time before the golfer, tried to get in. So it's not like, it was a 2 or 3 lane highway or anything like that. It's a 2 lane, one going in, one coming out, and that's it. So I don't know. Most likely he's going to get slapped with the fine and, so on and so forth.
Well, it was at night or in the morning?
5 in the morning.
Wow. Yeah. I'm starting to see video now. Folks, he drug a cop.
The word is dragged, my man. Dragged, not drugged. For Christ's sake, a drug is a bloody medication. Bloody American idiot. Gosh.
All right. I understand that, but my English teacher would be, dragged as it's okay.
I keep forgetting. That's all right. I'm dealing with colonials here.
It's all right. You speak the king's speech, and I've never ever questioned you.
Actually, no. She speaks the queen's speech.
I speak the Queen's English. Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay.
Queen's English. I was born in Elizabethan, and I will die in Elizabethan.
I get that, but that's not the way.
She doesn't speak English anymore. I mean, she doesn't speak anymore. The Queen.
She speaks Elizabethan.
Well, no, the Queen. No, the Queen doesn't speak period anymore.
Oh.
You are a savant, you token Brit.
I am not going to go there, big dog.
I know. I'm sorry.
He's probably going to get a slap on the wrist because we do have 2 tiers in society, unfortunately. Here in the United States, there are clearly.
Only 2? You sure?
So I was about to say there might be 3, but because you have those that are, and then you have the working poor, and then you have the poor. Yeah, folks. The funny, I love it when I have someone walk in and they earn $40,000, $50,000. I'm in the middle class. Says no one but you. I'm
No,
sorry.
well, they were partially correct. They are in the middle class of the poor.
Yeah, you see, actually, that's working class. It's there's three of them. There's upper, middle, and whatever. But folks, in the United States, unfortunately, middle class has. I remember in the '90s it was 84,000. It's now I think 111. I forget. It's like it's disgusting. Yeah, middle class is that's the lower end, folks. 111, somewhere around there. Otherwise you would be working class, and then you have what I am, the poor. So it is what it is. So you get it all here on Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday, which is a sports and eatery show.
No. For everybody else, it's a sports and general information show. For you, it's a bloody banquet all by yourself in your office, which is damn bad manners, sir. Bad manners.
At least he's not taking pictures of it like he usually does.
But I'm not going to go there.
You just did. By your acknowledgement of I'm not going to go there.
That's a Gen Z thing. That's a Gen Z thing too. Taking pictures of your food.
Listen, I'm a boomer, and I'm proud of being a boomer. Okay,
And I'm a Gen
I'm a Gen Xer.
I'm a Gen Boomer.
Actually, the three of us are Gen Xers. All right, shut up. Sorry. Oh, hey, look, I got flashed. Sadly, that's the only way I get flashed today.
I'm a boomer from 54 to 64, and I fall right in the middle.
Big Dog,
Wait
you
a
have the
minute.
helm. I've got to get my drugs. I'll be back. Oh, actually, I have them here today. I usually forget them. Oh, look, there's my safety awards bag. That's where I keep my drugs.
Damn.
Did you like that one, Gridiron Girl?
Mhm.
It has mini football for red on it.
Noriega by name and Noriega by actions.
I thought you were going to say by.
Panama?
I thought you were going to say by stupidity. I'm like, yep, that's me.
I was going to say, you sure you don't come from Panama?
No, I know exactly where I'm from. The family line is from Asturias in northern Spain. That makes me Basque, which is crazy.
I was going to say,
That makes me a terrorist.
I thought it might be Chihuahua from Mexico, but you know.
No, but I do have family that have Chihuahua. So there we go.
No, I'm being very
Gig has
racist.
2 Chihuahuas.
Yeah, I'm being very racist. I know, but I can't help it.
You're being dumbest. You're not being a racist. You're being dumbest.
I think I've got every right to be racist and dumb just lately. I need to cheer myself up. I don't even know.
And by the way, I'm glad you're here.
Join the party.
Much sooner than
Yeah.
I thought. Why are we all wallowing in agony right now, folks?
Well,
Some more than others, but we all put the game face on when the green light goes on.
Yes, we
Right.
do. Yes, yes.
The Mayo.
Oh, stop it. Now you went too far, Gridiron Girl. Now you put the game face on when the green light goes on. That's very good, Big Dog. I like that. So
True.
I replied to you.
I know you did.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate everything that you guys have all said. I truly do.
You may
know.
get a stupid answer, but you know.
Oh no, not at all. No, I thank you for that. I didn't answer. Just to let you know, I didn't answer anyone. I had plenty of replies, personal and public. That was after I posted what I did, and I had tons of replies privately. I had tons of replies publicly. I didn't reply to anyone, but it was very heartfelt, and I was very thankful for it. So, thank you guys all.
Yeah, I meant it. Every word. Been there, got the T-shirt, got the video. I ain't going to send you either because it cost a fortune.
Well, it's okay. I have the videos of gig. Those make me happy.
Yeah, like it says on my T-shirt.
Damn it.
Somebody went to Florida and all they got was a damn T-shirt.
Damn it.
My old working companion went to the States. And all I got for about a week and a half was pictures of Florida and Miami and everything else. I mean, she came back. She said,
Miami.
I've got you a Prezi. I went, oh, great. What have I
And
got?
you got a shirt. You got a shirt.
Something, T-shirt. But hey, it does the job.
I have been unfortunately insular over the last few days, and
Last few days, man.
when
Last few
I
years.
have been in the office whining about my lot in life, I try to make jokes about it. When I found out that I just saw your post, Big Dog, and I'm sorry. I missed the post. I called you,
Yeah.
and I guess you heard the message. That's how naive I had no idea.
That's fine.
I didn't know. I didn't comment. I was I'm deaf, Big Dog.
I know, and that's why I posted what? What?
The comments by everyone, I thought it was actually kind of funny. You did, Thomas did one, and a few other people have sent me messages too, and I've been inundated with memes. So I apologize, Big Dog. I was bummed, but I thought it was kind of funny. Look, I was bummed because when you know something and then it's like, it's like, damn it, it's bad. And what blew me away was the extent of the numbers that I saw, and it was made very clear to me where the damage is, how the damage is. So I was like, oh man. So I think one of the first calls I made was to the Big Dog, but he didn't answer, and I'm like, well, I'm deaf. And I think I was loud on the call deliberately on Big Dog on the voicemail, more so than normal, right? So,
It was about right.
but I didn't know about your post, so I'm sorry. My
That's fine.
voicemail
There's
to you
no
was,
need to apologize.
yeah, dude. It was stupid of me because I was being, stupid talking about me.
Well, it
I'm
wasn't the same
deaf.
day.
I'm deaf.
It wasn't the same day, so it's all right.
Yeah, well, this was on Thursday. When did you post?
I don't remember what day it was.
All
Whatever
right.
the
Well, I'm
date
sorry.
says.
I'm sorry. I genuinely did not see your post, Big Dog. I'm sorry.
Well, you're not on social media, so unless you're posting, dinner pictures
Well, I was on.
or,
I was on
or
social
breakfast
media.
pictures.
No, I was on
Or
ear.
TikTok.
That's only when he pole dances in his Daisy Dukes and boots.
I don't have the boots.
Them
I
boots
was
were
gonna
made for
say,
walking.
I was worried because I thought you were about to say you don't have the butt for the Daisy Dukes.
I don't have a lot of stuff. But notice of all the three things that was mentioned, the Daisy Dukes, the pole dancing, and the boots, I don't have boots. That's why I was surprised no one jumped in on that one.
Well, it's
Because
because
it
we already.
irks me to no end when Big Dog says, "Oh, his Daisy Dukes." I'm like, it's like the Reds. It's like he.
Well,
Big Dog tries
we already know
3
you have.
years.
We already know you have the Daisy Duke with a little frilly fringe on it. So
Whatever. No, I don't. But it irks me to know. And Big Dog, for years, he tries something, and he sees like a recognition of
mhm.
me not liking it. He's like, I got something.
Well,
I don't
see
know
what
where the hell the
I
Daisy
haven't told you is for your birthday, or your anniversary for Christmas, whichever comes first. Gig is bedazzling your Daisy Dukes.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
she's bedazzling. I heard something about that before. Oh,
What?
I'm actually going to see it come to fruition now. Oh,
Big Dog,
Right.
you posted your post on the 15th of May.
oh,
Okay.
yeah. And I officially went deaf on the 16th.
That's why
You just double checked. Did it on the 15th, my man.
I was worried because I knew I had all these. Oh man, I have something on the 20th that I have to. It's going to be a Zoom meeting for another evaluation. Yeah, on Monday, and it's crazy. I had to do a test. Okay, I don't know where it is at the moment, but the paperwork that I fill out was about half an inch. It's crazy. It was stupid, and it's funny because I had to scan it back to the doctor, but they said you can't use a pen. You have to use pencil. but I'm scanning it back. it's it's not going to determine whether it's ink or pencil, but whatever. So I
I,
did it in pencil yesterday, like an idiot.
I won't comment on how easily Scorekeeper knew what a half inch was, but that's neither here nor there.
We're going.
I'm surprised any man knows what half an inch is, because 9 times out of 10 they go, that's 6 inches. So hey,
Folks,
what the hell?
You know what, folks? Size 12. I thank God for it. That's it. Size 12.
13 wide for me.
And God bless you, big dog. Like I said, I'm not worried. Now it is funny that whenever someone does something, or someone that I know gets very frustrated, and angry, like when I'm a passenger and someone cuts them off, it's dude, look, the only reason why they're doing it is because they have no control over their life. They're nothing in life, and for a short minute, they are actually in control. They're either mandilones or they're winkies. Like the kid that drives by with the noisemakers on his vehicle. Those are small winkies. They are compensating because they are. Everyone who has a big car that makes noise, small winkies, because they're unhappy in life. So I get it. It's all right.
So you're telling me the guy that I met with 7 Ferraris is compensating for something, right?
Oh, I didn't say that.
So, big loud, they're big and loud.
Well, that's a different passion. If you're buying 7 cars, 7 different Ferraris, I think that's just more of a collector than anything else. Talking about that one little kid that drives in the street, that puts the noisemakers on his car, and he tries to show off in front of everyone else. Just because
the cherry bomb exhausts.
Yeah, because he's got a small winky. It's obvious. He's trying to wake up the neighborhood because he's unhappy in life. So he's got to disturb everyone else.
The guy that had the Ferraris, I met him when I was working in Tedworth House, the recovery centre.
Uh-huh.
And his favourite trick was he would take a £20 note and he would stick it on the dashboard of the car in front of the passenger. And he would drive up to the dual carriageway and he'd go, right, if you can pick up that banknote, you can have it. And of course, you being an idiot, because you're in the seat with the seatbelt on, you say, that's not a problem. And you go to stretch forward, he puts foot down an accelerator.
Yeah, that's a special person.
Yeah.
Oh my God, folks, the documents are right here. Yeah. They were right on in front of me. See, look, this is for Monday. See, I wasn't exaggerating. See how thick that is?
Yes.
1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. That's what I had to fill out, and
that's half the Amazonian rainforest you got there.
Now, here's the funny thing. Look, there was a copy of a Scantron. Look at, oh my God, I actually did a Scantron. So I had to answer 175 questions. That was crazy.
Did you answer them honestly?
Siri, mind your own business. Sorry, what was that? No, not you, big dog. I said Siri.
Oh, I asked if you answered them honestly.
Oh, yeah. I was kind of angry because to write, I have to bend the neck. I'm like, oh, my God, it's very difficult to do this test. But whatever. I got it done.
You got it done. Okay.
Aye, lass. All right. So, I think he's going to get charged, big dog. He is going to get charged, but it is going to be something akin to slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
If we would have drugged a cop on our vehicles, I mean, chances are it would have been Rodney King all over again. It would have been almost like shots fired.
Well, I find it interesting that, and I guess they're using, and not to belittle the accident and death whatsoever, but he had a tea time of 8 o'clock, a tea out time, and they pushed it to 10 o'clock so that he could make his tea time. Because he got out of jail. It's funny, too, he got out of jail within an hour with no bail, even though he assaulted a police officer, and he's charged with assaulting a police officer, and he got no bail and out in an hour. You tell me anywhere in America that any one of us or even in Britain, any one of us that would assault a police officer and get out in under an hour
White
with no
privilege.
bail.
Okay, folks, before we go any further, there are a lot of places where you can go in and be out in an hour, but not on the charge of assaulting a police officer.
Exactly.
I just wanted to
Exactly.
clarify that. In nowhere, even in Hawaii, man, when they could say, oh, mahalo, they, they're so laid back. You drag them on. Even in Hawaii, you would still.
Well, put it this way, I can guarantee you if you tried it in Germany, he'd probably end up with a 9mm pistol being shoved through the window.
And folks, look, I'm not making fun of the thin blue line. I am appreciative of what many officers do and stuff, and I'm not trying to belittle what that officer was doing. I understand the situation. I'm surprised that he was home. Well, he wasn't home. He went to the tea time stuff. I You assault an officer by him banging on the car and you continuing to drive. I'm like, oh my god, I am I am
And that,
stunned that he was not beaten.
and that officer was taken to the hospital too. Let's not forget that.
So he was going to the event.
Yes, he
In
was
the morning.
going to in the morning. He had a tea time. I believe his tea time was, I think they said 8:08, and this
So
happened at 5:30 ish in the morning.
Yeah.
And I guess because of the accident, and I do understand that because of the accident, a lot of the golfers could not get into the golf course
so
because that was the only way in. So everybody got pushed a couple of hours. It just so happened that he was in a group that got pushed, so he was able to make his tea time.
him and Tiger Woods should get Ubers from now on, right?
Well, no, Tiger Woods just he needs to not piss off his significant other. That's why.
From
That's
what
what
I'm
happened to
reading, Tiger Woods just pissed off half the golfing community because they're insulting him by saying that he's embarrassing himself. He should stop playing golf or something.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
his last few outings have not been very good.
No, well,
But it has a lot to do with his bad back. He's had multiple back surgeries, but he still keeps trying to, I guess, see what he can do. He's hoping to have,
he's trying to relive old glories, I think.
yeah. Well,
He's
I
trying
mean,
to relive
he sees Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer and what they did later in life, and how that they were able to have a resurgence in their careers. I think he's hoping for the same thing. But unfortunately, Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus and Chichi Rodriguez and a couple of those other guys, they didn't have bad backs like Tiger has had. Tiger's had something like what 6 or 7 back surgeries, and then of course he had that horrible accident where he had steel rods in both of his ankles, and so he's had a lot of serious injuries he's had to come back
and a
from.
golf club to his head, golf club to the back of his SUV, golf. It's had quite a few personal injuries.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that was because of his extracurricular activities.
Tiger Woods is officially suffering from the Roger Noriega syndrome, or the malaise. It's the Roger Noriega's malaise, is, as I stated so eloquently some years ago, that it took me 2 years of playing baseball to realize that that I should have retired 2 years before that. Thank you, Adam. Not everyone gets that one. It's like it took me 2 years. It's like from
No, I get
98
it.
to 2000 that I should have
I get
retired
it.
in 96.
See, now I'm the
A lot of people
asshole.
don't get that.
I'm the asshole who would have said,
Yes, you are.
it took me 2 years to realize that I should have retired 4 years ago.
See, but that's the correct math. You see, I just do it the obtuse way.
Which you're very good at, dear sir. I'll give you
And
that.
I thank you. That's why I think it's more of a joke. It took me to realize that I should have retired 2 years before that. Oh my God. So he's suffering from that Rogers syndrome. But folks, the only thing I would say in Tiger Woods' defense is he did things that no one else did.
I,
That's such
I'm
a young age.
wondering. I'm wondering if maybe some of his endorsements are tied into X amount of tournaments that he has to be in.
Could very well be.
You know, for Titleist and whatever the golf clubs he uses and blah blah blah. You know, maybe he has to actually be in a tournament to get, the bonus or something.
Big dog, it could be that too. Sorry, anime girl.
No, I was going to say, I mean, with what he's done and everything else, I'm damn sure that there's got to be a TV company or a sports program out there that would really like to get hold of him
Pornhub.
as a presenter for golfing occasions. Because let's be honest, the guy is extremely knowledgeable when it comes to the game of golf.
He is, but he comes across very bland. He's got
We had a snooker player over here called Davis, and he was called Mr. Plain because that he was about as engaging as a skin off a rice pudding. He really just didn't
like
do
that.
anything.
That was a good one. I like that.
Yeah, he just didn't do a damn thing for you. But knowledge-wise, he was there. I suppose Tiger's the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Tiger Woods in, like, say, the Bill Belichick, tier of blandness, but because I've seen other videos where he's out just like with the guys, and he shows off, and he's very engaging with them. But I don't know, it seems like whenever he does interviews, he gets very monotone.
Yeah,
and it doesn't seem very personable. I mean, he's never been like, you see him and you're like, oh, I want to go have a beer with that guy. No, it's always like, God, he'd be boring.
But you probably find a bit like, I suppose, you or I, when you get put in front of a TV camera and you know that on the other side of that camera, there could be something like 1.2 million people watching you, you get very self-conscious. So you
well, it's like, we get those numbers here at Sports Talk with the guys, and we're okay with it.
Okay, that pregnant pause was a little bit too long. No. Look, we are stunned. We are eternally grateful with our numbers. We do have one episode that I think has already crossed 20,000, which is shocking. I still don't know how, and I absolutely love it. So seeing that happen now, it's really funny. Folks.
Oh, we lost Big Dog.
I think he just went. Yeah, we did. He had a hiccup. Hopefully he'll come back in a moment. Folks,
died.
We can all sit here in judgment of this guy because we can sit here in judgment. We will be able to argue everything that he has done from here to all eternity. But again, and sorry for being pedantic, this kid has done things that no one else has ever done. How do we know how to act? How do we know when to call it quits? We will never, ever in lifetimes do what Tiger Woods did. He did it at such a young age. My theme for Tiger Woods is, and I thank you. Yeah, really? So again, the theme for Tiger Woods is, no one has done what he has done in every which way, but I'm talking about the golf course. So who are we to judge? And we are going to judge, as I mentioned when Big Dog was gone, and because that's our job here. That's what we're going to do. We're going to sit here in judgment. But no one has done what this kid did at such a young age. He's going to be done when he's going to be done, and then we're all going to measure. And people who come behind him, which will probably never attain what he has attained, is always going to be measured.
Yeah.
No one has done what he has done.
But there will always be somebody who wants to take a side swipe at him. Always.
Is that code for Sports Talk with the guys?
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't a butt of our jokes, but yeah, we kind of mess with Tiger from time to time, huh, Big Dog?
Well, I mean, he did it to himself, so.
Yeah, so it was we were obligated.
Yeah, of course we were. Anyway, I put something in the private chat to see if you'd like to talk about it, because I find it highly hilarious. Because on this program we have talked about umpires and sporting referees quite a lot, dropping themselves in it. I thought you might like this one, just to prove that Not all American umpires are the stupid ones. You want me to read it for you?
Go ahead. You brought this one up, and
Okay.
thank you for putting the article in the chat room so we could all take a look at it as well. Thank you.
And
Hey, Dutch-
while you're doing that, just real quick, I need to go get my daughter, so I'm going to switch, and I'll be on audio in about 5 minutes. Be right
Roger.
back.
Yeah. A
That's
Dutch
funny.
football referee has been reportedly banned from officiating for life after he was filmed celebrating with a team he refereed on the final day of the season. Local reports say that Jan Smit, 61, from Opmeer in the Netherlands, officiated in a game between St. George and SV De Valken in the 4th Division on the final day of their season. NH News report Smit made a number of controversial decisions, including sending off 3 SVD Valken players and a member of their coaching staff. He also added 15 minutes on at the end of the game as St. George was losing and needed a point to secure the title. St. George's goalkeeper, Dave Lang, scored the eventual equaliser in stoppage time to win the title. Smit was then reported to be celebrating with St. George at the full-time whistle before being filmed celebrating with the team, singing the songs and lifting the trophy at an event with fans. SV De Valken filed a complaint against Smit. The club wrote, the Valken board does not consider it useful to discuss Sunday's match in detail and the role of the referee during and after the match in public. We just have to judge whether or not it's normal for a referee to celebrate St. George's deserved championship in an exuberant manner after the match. So what do we think, people?
Gridiron girl. Oh, she's muted. Yeah, it's bad. It looks bad. Now, we're only reading one story about the questionable calls. We would need to see the game to determine and hear if there's another side to this on whether the calls were good or not. But I'm going to take it at face value right now. This is just on this one article right here. Yeah, it looks bad. Bad. Whether he made the questionable calls or not, he's a referee, and then he is celebrating. Was his kid playing in the game? Did he have a family member? Did he go to that city, that school? Did he grow up there? But I would see that an umpire in Major League Baseball going to a Major League Baseball game and cheering for a team. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, yeah. I guess that is an unwritten rule. There is no rule.
Yeah.
But it's the optics. It looks bad. And you know what? I forgot to put lemon on my burrito.
Oh dear. Oh, you know what's going to happen now, don't you? It's going to rain.
Okay. Thank you for that, girl.
Yeah, don't knock it. Don't knock it. I just found out I'm under a 7-hour thunderstorm warning.
Yeah, and I was thinking, is it going to rain over here, or did it already rain? And I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
That's why I miss waffle, folks. And Aisha, by you being here, I have to ask the stupid question.
No.
I know we were looking at July.
No.
No?
No.
Sooner?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
I'm only here for a couple of hours because one, I've got to go shopping. Two, there was a slight screw up with Mum on Monday, which was covered yesterday. So I am attempting to take my mental spirit and boost it. And the best way I can do that is talk to friends. Now, I have had some friends at Mother's today who helped lift me a little bit, and I mentioned that I may pop in to visit on the program, and their exact words were, "Do it. Do something you haven't done in some time. Go ahead and do it." So I thought, well, fine, I will pop in for a couple of hours and then scoot off.
And I thank you for, and I'm really happy. So, folks, officially, Waffle will not return until maybe in July. We all need time off, and I think that's what's happened for a lot of us recently. Folks, it's NDB Media has been on air we're in our 16th year. It has been a serious commitment by many people. There is no money in this endeavor, none whatsoever. I find it humorous when people comment about that. There is none. We do this because, number one, we have a common passion. Let's be real. We have a common passion on whatever it is we're talking about. And the second thing is the company that we keep, which I think is the most priceless, because I come up with different topics and I get a chance to meet with other people. Like June 6th, I have a tiny admission to make. The colonial, as I like saying the colonial that I am. We're going to do a special on the Battle of Midway, because the Battle of Midway goes from June 4th to June 7th. And then we were doing our look at history. We're like, you moron, June 6th is D-Day. I know, but I'm doing Midway. It's the 80th anniversary of D-Day.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing D-Day on June 6th. I can't believe even I missed. I mean, I should have known the calendar. So, but
I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it, but I didn't want to interfere because you already had said that you were doing Midway.
But now we are going to be doing Midway. Elizabeth will be joining. Bob Nessoff, folks. Bob Nessoff is also coming back to the network, because, you know, he was on Blog Talk Radio and now he came on over here, and he's going to be doing a new program called The Jet Setter. It was Travel Talk Radio, but now it's The Jet Setter, and that one's going to debut on June 26th. It's a Wednesday program. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. And folks, look up Bob Nessoff. I mean, it's like, look up Dan Schlossberg. They're on NDB Media. It's like, oh my God. It's like, I have been privileged, and I don't brag about them enough, but then I don't brag about them because I think the same of all of my co-hosts. But other people are like, oh my God, you've got so many. Pay attention. But I love all of my co-hosts. That's why.
Can I ask a really
You just did. You just did.
Oh, if I could get over there and slap you with something heavy, I would.
I didn't know you were into that shit, but go ahead.
Yeah, the program on June the 6th, what time are you doing it?
6 p.m. Eastern. Actually 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's not a good time for you.
Well, it might be, because on the
it's Thursday night.
Yeah, first week of June, I'm off. So
okay.
I might be able to join in, but that would be probably a Friday morning for me. But I'm not promising, but I may be able to dip my toe.
And nor is Bob, but he is more than likely going to do it. Folks, when you look up the name Bob Nessoff and you look up as reporter, as writer, this man has been everywhere around the world reporting from everywhere. And he's on our network. I'm like, wow. And he does the Jet Setter, talk about travel, Broadway and stuff. It's great. But he's going to be joining our programs more. As I mentioned, Dan Schlossberg is going to be joining our professionals on June 5th. I'm looking forward to those. The real the real people are going to be joining the other programs, which is really kind of cool. And I'm really looking forward to that. Big Dog, you're back. I'm sorry. You've been back for a few minutes already.
No problem. Just been listening.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Yeah,
so
the first week in June,
Yeah.
I've managed, because we've got a bank holiday next weekend. So I've managed to get those 3 days off, sort of the last week in May, and I've also managed to we get 5 days off, what they call compassionate, because my mum passed, and I've taken that in the first week of June.
How many days did you get compassionate? Is it 3 or 5? 5. Yeah. A lot of places get 5 in the United States. Few get 3 unless we travel 500 miles or 1,500 miles, and then we'll get 5 days.
Well,
But we only get 3.
Well, technically we're owned by an American company called KBR.
KBR?
Yeah.
Aren't they a subsidiary of Halliburton?
I don't know, but we are owned by KBR.
Okay. Oh, I recognize that. But then, folks, I read a lot of money stuff, so I'm probably wrong. I recognize KBR. That's it.
Yeah. We're owned by KBR, and they are an American company.
Okay, fair enough.
Because
All right.
they
Well, yeah.
They work with NASA as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's why I may be familiar with them for those reasons. Anyway, folks, Big Dog, you missed what Aisha had posted. Long story short, the link is still in the chat. You probably don't see it, but a football referee, this is in Europe, was banned after celebrating title with the team he officiated. The article was okay. In the game prior, or in the weeks prior, there were 3 questionable calls. He extended the game in stoppage time over 15 minutes when the team was trailing or tied, which he eventually went to a game when they won, and he was caught celebrating, not in a referee uniform, and he was even holding up the championship trophy, dude. I just thought it was funny. The Big Dog's first reaction was he laughed.
Yeah, see, so it's not just American refs that do stupid things. It's, we over here in Europe are quite capable of doing idiotic things ourselves.
Big Dog, what would happen? Go ahead.
So, well, I was gonna say. So when does he get his championship check and his championship ring?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I didn't think about that. When does he get his shares because the team won? Well, he's been suspended for life, Big Dog. He's done. This is not a Steve Howe suspension. This is a suspended for life. He's 61. He's done. And wow, that is funny, man.
Has he been a ref for a while?
Yeah, he's been a ref for quite a number of years, yeah. But he ain't getting no more refereeing. He's in Holland, actually. Comes from Holland.
Wow, I didn't realize in that game he issued 4 red cards.
Yeah. He said 3.
Wow,
he said
that's
3
a lot.
Yeah, he said 3 of the opposing players off, plus a member of the management team off in that game.
Wow.
So the opposing side it's 11 players per side in a European football soccer match. He took 3 off and one of the management team and extended the game by 15 minutes because St. George's was losing.
He says, I wasn't partying with the players at all. I just sang a song and held up the bowl once. That's the only thing. I find it too sad for words that KNVB is removing me for that reason. It's laughable. KNVB has not done any research and watched only one video. I assume the whistling is now over, but I will no longer get on my knees like I did 2 years ago. Okay, I don't know what that has to do with that, but I did say, Aisha, I said, well, I'm only going by this one article, remember?
Yeah.
Where it said there were 3 questionable calls. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on that. This guy is saying, I've never had my refereeing questioned. Okay, now you guys are slamming me for 1 game. Come on. And I think that's legitimate because there is no answer.
It doesn't sound like it was 1 game. It sounds like it was 3 or 4 games.
For what?
His questionable calls.
Oh, well, when I said that he gave out the 4 red cards, that was in 1 game.
No, I know that, but didn't he extend the game in two other ones?
No, it
Unquestionable
was the
stuff.
one game. No, it was one game for the
But
very same team that he was celebrating with later. He extended that game. There were allegedly 3 questionable calls in that game, and he extended the stoppage time, which either they were tied. Yeah, I guess they were tied. And 15 minutes is a lot of stoppage time, huh? Anime
yeah,
girl. I
it
mean,
is. It isn't a football match. So
yeah, that is, man.
it's a hell of a lot.
That's
Plus,
1/3 of the period.
yeah, I mean, it's 45 minutes per half.
Yeah.
So, plus he said he's not on his knees like he was 2 years ago. So that means 2 years ago, this guy was probably in a very similar position.
Hmm. Okay. Well,
You don't want to be doing, I mean, you don't want to be doing that. It's kind of silly.
yeah.
You don't want to be playing silly buggers, especially with the Dutch. The Dutch don't appreciate their soccer being played with.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, fair enough. So, what's your timeline, Big Dog? How soon do you intend to be back in the studio?
Probably within a half hour.
I'm sorry.
Within a half hour.
Okay, fair. All right. I'm gonna head on over to a few other things right here. Um, as a matter of fact, there was a court ruling. This was earlier in the week on May 14th. I don't know if anyone caught this, but this is in the NFL now. This is on the ongoing, was ongoing John Gruden versus the NFL. Former Las Vegas
Yeah.
Raiders head coach John Gruden suffered an unfortunate defeat in court this week. According to a report from ESPN, the Nevada Supreme Court sided with the NFL in Gruden's lawsuit against the league. The court ruled that the Super Bowl winning coach is, quote, ineligible to sue league over his 2021 termination after he was subject to arbitration, even as a former employee. So here's more from ESPN. Jessica Elisa F. Kardish and Christina Pickering reversed a district court's order that denied the NFL's motion to force Gruden's complaint into its arbitration process. The case was remanded to the lower court with an order to grant the arbitration motion. Justice Linda Marie Bell disagreed with the majority's interpretation of the arbitration clause in the NFL Constitution, siding with Gruden's attorneys who argued that it does not apply to former employees. Quote, I disagree with their conclusion because the facts of this case do not support survival of the clause past the end of Gruden's employment. Now, Gruden initially filed a lawsuit accusing the NFL and Commissioner Royer Goodell of leaking racist and misogynistic emails in an attempt to oust him as Raiders head coach. After he resigned from public scrutiny in October 2021, the coach filed his lawsuit in November 2021. Gruden told the NFL, quote, though they could cherry pick emails from years ago when I wasn't even a coach and try to end my career. Of course, the NFL denied any part in the leak of his emails. So it looks like this is the Nevada Supreme Court. Ooh. Yeah, I think that's as high it's going to go. I don't know if he can appeal this on a federal level. That I'm not certain because it is a state issue that he was claiming where he was terminated, where he lives. So, I don't know. It says he suffered a major reverse or a major blow. I guess he still has other options available to him, but this is significant. So basically what it comes down to is someone said, yeah, he can sue because he's no longer an employee. The Nevada Supreme Court says, no, the arbitration clause still applies. Wow. That's interesting. I think
I like the fact that he's not denying saying those things. He's just denying. He's just mad that it came out in public.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, he said them.
Yeah, and Big Dog, we talked about this.
Mhm.
The whole thing was that he said these before he was a Raiders coach and before he was an ESPN analyst and all that stuff. And that was his contention. Hey, this goes way back, man. I'm like, well, yeah. I admit you're going to find stupid emails from me, but you're not going to find hate-filled emails. And his were, I believe, right, Big Dog? They were misogynist and they were racist as well, right?
Yeah.
I
If I remember
believe.
correctly, they were racist. Yeah.
And folks, we're going by memory here. Forgive me. I know we just read the little article right now. It's not meant to, we're not trying to make up things right here. It's just, it was bad. I'm surprised that, but I haven't read the arbitration clause in the NFL Constitution. So I'd have to see that. So if I were to get in trouble from my former workplace, I made fun of the engineers all the time, huh, Gridiron Girl?
Yes.
I mean, come on. I mean, I would tell. See, but here's the thing, folks. When I made fun of them, I was describing what happened. I never made stuff up. Gridiron Girl knows this, that if something happened, yes, there was always a bit of it, I would add to the story, right? But there was always a kernel of truth in it.
But of course.
But I mean, that's the way Scorekeeper operates. And I even had a division secretary one time. I posted something on Facebook and they're like, "Oh my God, Roger, I was there. I saw that. I thought you were always making up the stories." And I was there when that happened. And I'm like, I don't make this stuff up. That's the point. Whenever I would write on Facebook, this just happened. It's because it just happened. And I couldn't let that pass up. So I would get in trouble for making fun of them, but that's about it. Those engineers are worthless anyway. I mean, come on, it speaks for itself. I mean, come on, man. You spend all this money to go to school to change the world, and what do? Nothing. Nothing. So anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. Who was yawning? Was that Big Dog or Gridiron Girl?
It wasn't me.
Oh, sorry, Big Dog. Big Dog tired of me going off on them because it's like it was so easy. And all I would do was just, this is what happened today. And people just couldn't believe it. I'm like, yes. Oh, man, there was that one 7-foot tall engineer that our building was being fixed. I told you guys about this. The building was being fixed. So we had to go into another office, the hallowed grounds, the back room where the engineers are. And I'm sitting at a desk and all of a sudden the whole, it's like being in school where those tables were all hooked up together. Remember, and they had the dividers and stuff. All of a sudden it trembles like an earthquake. I'm like, what the hell? And the guy behind me had slammed his hands on the table saying, the field guys are trying to abuse overtime again. I'm like, what the hell are you slamming your hands on the table for? Well, the guy stands up. He's about 7 feet. Oh, now I know why. Everyone else is a bunch of pussies here because the guy's tall. Big deal, BF. Big deal. I went over and I mentioned to my management. I said, why is this guy slamming his hands on the tables? They're like, what? Who? What? Yeah, so-and-so. Well, that can't stand. Who was that? I gave the name. Yep, it died right there. Oh, it's an engineer, of course. Instantly died. It's impossible. Impossible. It'll never happen. Yeah. It's all right. My days are...
My thing would have been, why does it bother you so much that he did it once?
What do you mean? I'm missing it. I'm really missing it. Why? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, he only slammed his hands once. Why did it bother you so much you felt you had to report it?
That's why he's deaf.
No. He slammed it down. Everything fell on your tables. You're connected to each other just by a thin little divider. And he's yelling that people are doing something like, what the hell is this? This is allegedly the educated elite. I had a student worker that was sitting there with me. I'm like, we have to deal with this animal.
But
Oh,
What?
come on, Raj.
but remember,
He
they
did
have
it
no common
once. I mean,
sense.
it'd be one thing if he's doing it every day, 4 times a day.
Actually, he was doing it all the time, and that's
See,
why.
you didn't mention that.
Well,
You said he did it once, so that's why I'm saying if he
I
did
was.
it continuously, then I understand.
Oh boy! Oh boy! What? Oh, I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm just like, think about how that was said. What?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking. Was that a
Exactly.
comment or something?
No,
or-
no, 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 no,
It
no.
wasn't me.
It's all right. We're
Wasn't
gonna
me.
go ahead and move on, dude.
He's obviously not communing with the grass today, is he?
No. Okay, folks. I'm gonna write something in the chat room, in the private chat. Don't repeat it. That's why the reaction. Again. That's that's all I'm gonna say. We're not gonna continue with this, but
Knows you so well, does he?
no, it's just there's the comment in the private chat. All right, maybe Jason will be able to join us a little bit, but I understand he is doing his health and fitness stuff. The point is, folks, when you have to deal with this stuff, it's like, come on, man. I mean, what? It's like whatever. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and go on. But hey, if it woke up Jason, I'm all right with it. So the whole thing with John Gruden, sorry, went way out of control on that one. Look, it is what it is. I'm really stunned that he had that reversal. We'll see what options are available to him. I'm going to look into it a little bit more. I think he's going to have to take it to a federal level because, unfortunately, folks, a lot of people still don't realize this. We're talking about labor law. Labor law is it's still the law of the land. So he still has options. We go back to was it Ray Rice, Big Dog, the guy who knocked out his girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, folks, and I talked about this on the program. Remember, he was suspended for 2 games because no one saw the video of him knocking her out. We only saw the video of him dragging her out.
Thank you.
Did you notice how but I'm saying dragging. I didn't say past tense as I did earlier. But anyway, whatever. So the video was of him dragging her out. And I remember there were hosts on this program who are no longer part of this program that I got into it with them saying, dude, he knocked her out. And I'm like, women fight and stuff. I'm like, you're a moron. 2 weeks later, we saw the video of him knocking her out. And then it became a permanent suspension, or it wasn't a permanent suspension, but it was, you're suspended. You're done.
They wanted to increase it to 8 games.
Yes. And folks, anyone who knows labor law, once you are accused of something, they can't just keep changing and adding. And I did send a message to Mr. Rice saying, sir, you need to speak to a labor law attorney. Because once you've already suffered they can't just go, it's ex post facto. That's that's law. You can't be nailed for something after. Well, it was part of. No! You already passed judgment and you issued your penalty. See, and my whole thing was, because again, that co-host, who is no longer a part of us, I had told him, dude, knocked her out. Now you see a video and now it's discussing what part of knocked her out did you miss? So, I felt back then there was a labor law violation. Go ahead, Big Dog. I'm so sorry.
Well, then refresh my memory. Why, how does that correlate to?
You cut off at the very, how does it correlate to what?
How does this correlate to Gruden? I mean, did they fire him and then want to ban him or something? Or I mean, okay. Refresh my memory.
Well, the lawsuit was filed in November after he was fired in October. And his whole contention was, you guys did this to get rid of me. Well,
Okay.
The NFL said they said, well, no, you have this should have gone to arbitration. He says, no. I'm no longer an employee, so I shouldn't fall under the arbitration clause because I felt that he should not either. But they're saying, no, you have to arbitrate this issue. But it's an issue that he's no longer an employee of, so it doesn't apply. Well, the Nevada Supreme Court said actually the arbitration issue still applies. It needs to be arbitrated. So you can't sue, you have to arbitrate it. And the whole contention is, well, if we arbitrate this, I can't sue. So, well, that's why you have arbitration in certain legal contracts and stuff. Hi, Jason. So it was tangentially involved, Big Dog, because I went off on a tangent.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're going to go through arbitration now. I don't know what his next step is, but I assume that's why he suffered a setback in the lawsuit. So I understand he's going to have to go to arbitration. And then once he goes through arbitration, then he may try to sue again for something else. But I don't know if you can. It depends on the language that's in the arbitration. So
did he get fired or did he step down?
He got fired.
Because I thought in the article when you were reading it earlier, I thought you said he stepped down because of social backlash.
It's possible he did. I'm gonna look back up again, and I'm sorry because I closed it. It said, okay, and I want to make this clear that the Nevada Supreme Court sided with the NFL, said the court ruled the Super Bowl winning coach is ineligible to sue the league over his 2021 termination after he was subject to arbitration, even as a former employee. I think I said that earlier, but anyway, it says Gruden initially filed a lawsuit accusing the commissioner blah, 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 in an attempt to oust him as Raiders head coach. And after he resigned in October of 2021.
So he resigned.
Yeah.
So if he resigned, what's he suing for? I mean,
well,
it was his choice to step down.
Yeah, but his whole contention was that the NFL let these old emails out because they were trying to get rid of them. That was his contention always. That
which I understand, but the fact is he stepped down. If it was truly, what his thinking was is that, oh, they let these out so that they could fire me, then I would have made them fire me. Why give them the easy out? Because now that's going to be their backup saying, well, we never fired you. You left.
Okay. Now,
maybe I'm just stupid in the fact that I don't know the labor laws and stuff, but I mean, if you quit, why are you suing?
Well, he quit. If we go by the story, he quit because the NFL made it such a hostile environment that he had no other option, that he had to step down. That's what the argument was back then, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I jumbled the issue here, but the majority's interpretation of the arbitration clause in the NFL sided with the NFL, but they sent it back to a lower court with an order to grant the arbitration motion. So the NFL is saying that this needs to go through arbitration. So that's why he suffered a major setback. So he says, you can't sue, you got to go through arbitration. So that's what's going to happen at this point. Hi, Jason. Are you going to join us? Come on, Jason. I'll send Jason a message, even though it's on the NDB Media main page.
He's taking his pictures of his feet for his OnlyFans account.
Is that what he does?
Mm-hmm. That makes his money.
Oh dear.
On Fridays he goes and gets his pedicure. And then on Saturdays, he goes out in the morning and takes pictures of his feet in the grass, depending on what people ask for.
Oh, it says he's not available on Messenger. He probably blocked me.
Wow.
That's because he made fun of engineers one too many times. He got
Yes.
But I've
he hurt
always
his
said
feelings.
Jason is Jason.
You hurt his toesies.
Whatever. All right. It's all right. So anyway, it's 8:25 a.m. It is Sports Talk with the Guys. 8:26 a.m. Pacific Time. Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. Thank you for joining us. Today is May 18th, and Memorial Day weekend is 2 weeks away. Gridiron Girl, what are your plans for Memorial Day weekend? Because I believe there's a bank holiday that the Token Brit will be talking about shortly, if not already spoke about. What are you doing, Gridiron Girl? Are you going east? You going out to the desert?
I will be going to Laughlin.
Laughlin. What you gonna be doing over there, woman?
Gambling.
I'll be on the boat.
On the boat?
She's gonna be in one of the casinos watching Thunder from Down Under.
You'll be bobbing along in the crest of a wave.
Do you stay in the boat or do you get into the Colorado River as well?
Yes, I do. Both.
Oh, good for you.
What, in the river?
It's the Colorado River, Laughlin. Yes. Laughlin is on the Nevada side. Then you have Bullhead City on the other side, which I think is so funny. I wish I would have bought that postcard. I told Big Dog about it. And when you're in
What?
Bullhead, there's that one little tourist shop, and they had a postcard, Bullhead City. It had these 5 donkeys tied up at one of those hitching posts for horses, but they were donkeys, and they said city council meeting.
True.
I thought that
True.
was funny. I thought that was hilarious. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So, how many days are you going to be out there for? The full weekend?
Yeah, maybe 5 days.
So, when you go out there, young lady, do you go 15 and 40? Or do you go 15 all the way up and maybe come back down on the 95? What do you do?
40. Get off of Golf Road sometimes, and that'll connect to the 95.
Yeah.
Or go straight past State Searchlight, River Run. There's a few ways to go,
Yeah.
depending how the person that's driving it, where he wants to go.
Okay, which
Oh,
route do you
Are
take?
you a passenger princess?
Big Dog?
Yes, I'm a passenger.
No, that's not what he said.
Oh, I didn't hear. I didn't. Thank
That was
you.
me. Big Dog?
What?
What did you ask her?
I asked her if she was a passenger princess.
Oh. Did you really? Did you really?
Oh,
Yeah, I did.
notice on the
Yes, I did.
passenger. Yep. And passenger princess? Did you really go there, Big Dog? Did you really go there?
I always try and go there with her.
Yeah, well.
I think Big Dog thinks he's living the dream.
I am.
More like the. I didn't say anything.
Anywho,
Your wife finds out you'll be living the nightmare, I'm telling you.
Oh, maybe Big Dog. Maybe that's the one that's haunting me right here. Anime girl.
Yes.
Big Dog's a widower.
And
Well aware of this.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So then she is haunting me. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. If wife finds out, you'll be living the nightmare. Because normally, if they're living, you can get rid of them. They're in the spirit world. You screwed, man, because there ain't no way you're going to get rid of them.
Yeah. There was a night about 2 weeks ago that I was talking to Michael Day, not Michael. I forget who I was talking to.
Me.
But oh my God, it was you, huh? And it was in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, Animaker, do you want to share? You saw the shadow too, right? You
Yeah,
saw it walk in.
Over by the door there.
Yeah. Oh my
You
God.
Yeah, you went about milk bottle white when it happened too, because you didn't know what the hell was going down. Because you had that noise as well, didn't we?
It walked in. It was in the afternoon. It was on 2 or 3 in the afternoon. We were doing a video chat, and because you looked as well, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, you thought it was your daughter originally.
And then behind me, the book, Gridiron Girl, you sat there, right behind you, where the bookcases are. They trembled like something. It's like someone. Oh, maybe it was that ape engineer. Bam! Slammed his hand on the desk. Aisha witnessed it. Aisha saw something come into the office. I was frightened for. I didn't say a word for like what 2 minutes.
Yeah, which was most surprising. I thought
I was genuinely frightened. Gridiron Girl. She saw it.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Because he originally said, "Oh, my daughter's coming in." Ain't no daughter. Ain't no daughter. That's for sure.
Because I went around to see, and she wasn't there. I'm like, whoa. And I mean, I was like, did you? And she's like, yep, I did.
Yeah.
And it was. You see, the light is up here, folks, but the door was open. There was daylight coming in, so it blocked the daylight when it walked in.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Oh, man. Yeah. And this is now the second time in under 2 months that it's something. It's things move in this place that they should not move in the manner that they did. It's like, oh my God. And I've known here for several years that there's something in here. And I've been told on video programs that people have been watching and they see something pass behind me. I forget now who is, but it's on video. So if anyone wants to go back and take a look, because I ain't doing it. But people say, oh yeah, we thought that was someone because of the shadow and stuff.
Yeah.
I've been told that they've seen something walk behind me and that they've seen like something dark in the background. Like, wow. And you bastards don't tell me while it's going on?
No, because you stop talking and everybody's sitting there going, "What the hell's up with the sound?" He's not talking. He's not moving. He's frozen out. You know.
Did you guys notice I fixed? This is the same headset. What happened is I think the connector was loose on the end, so I plugged it in through the front.
I notice you're watching your language, young man. Are you intimating something now?
I was just implying as to how stupid I am. There's no other way. I miss this. I miss being on with all of you.
Yeah. See, you got to plug it in. You got to plug it in the right hole. Because if you don't plug it in the right damn hole, you're in a whole heap of trouble. Especially if you get a backfire. Thank you, Gig. I know somebody got the joke.
Oh, was that apropos or what?
Yep.
Perfection.
Big Dog. Thanks for returning, Big Dog. When you stepped away, I had talked briefly that I didn't recall, but in the last 2 weeks, whatever is in here has been making its presence felt. So much so that it was even during the middle of the day, and I was telling the audience that I don't know who I was talking to. I thought I was talking to Michael. That the door was open and sunlight, and you could clearly see it walk in. And I wasn't talking to Michael. I was actually talking to Anime Girl, and I had forgotten that. And she saw that it walked in during the middle of the day, and we thought it was my daughter. I went over to take a look, and I said, "Holy crap, it wasn't!" And I sat here. And about a minute or two later, I was telling Gridiron Girl that where she has sat, just right here to my right, in front of the bookcases, it's like it hit something that caused them to like sharp break. And it wasn't these over to my left; it was over there. And I didn't talk for 2 minutes, huh, Anime Girl?
Yeah.
I was genuinely frightened. There was something in here. There clearly was.
Yeah, I thought my sound had gone, or my email, my internet had gone, because he just sat there and there was no movement, no sound, and I'm thinking, Rog, Rog, and I'm moving my mouse and trying, and all of a sudden what?
And I was frightened. It was crazy because it's the first time it happened during the day. So there's
What are you
nothing there, big
checking
dog.
for,
You're
big dog?
okay.
What's that?
What are you checking for?
Oh, seeing what my daughter was doing.
Oh, I see. She in the kitchen.
See,
Hmm.
his visitors are real.
Yeah, no. I no. What he's checking for, you see, is daughter's in the kitchen making food. So he is trying to psychically tell her, make him something so he can chew it when he's finished here with us.
That's pretty good.
Yes, after the show.
Yeah, unlike a certain other person who shall remain nameless, Mr. Noriega.
See, if I was scorekeeper and that had happened to me, I would have told that person to, start cleaning up or doing something. Don't just stand there. Don't
No,
make noise.
knowing you, big dog, you would have said Foxtrot Oscar.
All kidding aside, it was real, folks, because it's like I say, usually you can see it walk in front of the light that's right here, but no, this was on the sunlight, and it caused like the room to get dark for a moment because someone blocked it. Folks, it's a regular sized door. The shadow darkened so much so that we both looked. She looked because she just saw it, and I looked because I said, "Oh, my daughter came over to visit." And nope, like wow, that was crazy. So I
So
don't
why don't you
know.
talk to it?
Are you
I
kidding?
already have one in the house. I don't need to talk to another one.
There's one problem with that. It's all well and good you sit there and go, hi, talk to me, and get silence. But when you go, hi, talk to me, and then something comes back and goes, yeah, I'm watching you, a whole different ball game. You suddenly have this requiring a change of underwear moment.
Do you know, Anime Girl? If you can tell me the day that we had that conversation, I could look back and check my. I could tell you exactly when it happened because I know my heart rate had lost. If you could tell me that, I could check my heart rate. I can't make that up. Oh my god! It just dawned on me. I could tell you exactly when it happened.
I think it was on or around the 8th of May. Because
On
we
the
were we were dealing with my new permissions that I got.
on the 8th of May, huh?
Yeah, on or around the 8th of May, because I've got two video calls from you on the 8th of May. One at 42 minutes long, and the other one didn't go through at 2023. So it's got to be May the 8th at May the 8th. It had to be May the 8th.
That's funny because my heart rate got to 130 that day, but yet on the 6th and the 11th, my heart rate got to 150. So, all right, I guess that one didn't work. I'll have to check. May 8th, I'll have to get a little more detail. But 2 days before, my heart rate was higher, so I'll go figure.
Yeah, it's got to be May the 8th because that's when you. Yeah, The only other one before that would be May the 3rd.
No, I was dead on that day.
50, no, we had a video call for 53 minutes on May the 3rd. On the May the 8th, we had a video call for 42 minutes. So it's got to be May the 8th.
Yeah. My heart rate got to 129 that day. Yeah. Anyway, oh well.
Because I sent you a text this morning, which I did not get a reply to. But never mind.
Did you see my Facebook page? It says I have selective hearing.
Yeah, I have not. Yeah, I know you have.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
what does
know.
that have to do with? What does that have to do with reading text?
As we
It
say,
makes noise.
yeah, as we say in Britain, he's deaf in his left leg.
Yeah. All right. So Big Dog. I'm definitely deaf in my left leg now. What stories did you said you had quite a bit more news. I have
Got a
some,
ton
but
of news.
yeah, let's go for it. Let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Sports Talk with the guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Come on, Jason. Get your educated hiney in here.
Well, I have more news on Rashid Rice. The man, I guess, wants to be drummed out of the NFL.
Why? What's he done now?
So this was on May 7th.
Okay.
Kansas City wide receiver Rashid Rice is a suspect in an alleged assault that injured a man in a Dallas nightclub earlier that week. Police there confirmed to the Dallas Morning News. The newspaper, citing law enforcement officials, reported that officers were dispatched early that Monday morning to the nightclub after reports of an assault. A man was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, including swelling on one side of his face. The officials told the Morning News. Police said no charges related to the alleged assault had been filed as of Tuesday afternoon. The Chiefs have no comment, and Rice's attorney declined to comment to the Morning News. So this is now on top of his 6-car crash that happened in March.
I was going to say that's still ongoing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and they've already determined that from that crash that he was driving 119 miles an hour.
Say what?
Yep.
Gridiron Girl said, that no thing, my M3.
119.
119.
You notice that Gridiron Girl didn't comment?
I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Oh, well, Big Dog just stated that allegedly he was going 119, and I pantomimed that you were the one saying, 119, that ain't no thing.
Oh, yes.
In your M3.
Yes. Got
See?
Providing the engine doesn't blow up.
No.
No, not an M3.
Oh, they
That's
do
okay.
over here. BMW. That's why the police no longer use them, because the engines keep blowing up and the gearboxes keep.
You know, Big Dog, a few days ago. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna
It's Rashid Rice.
to let Anime Girl know. So 119 miles an hour, so that's 191 and a half kilometers per mile, or whatever, kilometers per whatever.
Yeah, kilometers per hour. Instead of
Kilometers per mile. It's actually kind of funny because of the way it could be.
I think they call that a spoonerism, don't they, or something? Something like that, isn't it?
Very good. I don't. It's a word I recognize, but I don't remember the meaning. A spoonerism. It probably.
Yeah.
Scorekeeper's a pro at spooning, so that's why he kind of recognized it.
If only. Anyway,
In Vegas.
Not going there. I know, I already did. God.
the hell's the matter with you, Gridiron Girl? Why did you have to bring that up?
It just popped up.
Oh, just popped up. That's usually what we
That's
say.
what I said.
Yeah, the actress said to the bishop.
That's what she
Did you
said.
see the two kids right there? We both said that one. There was another article related to related. You like that one, Anime Girl? NFL Insider gives devastating update on the Chiefs' Rashid Rice, and this is 4 days ago, and it's looking more and more like the Kansas City Chiefs is not going to be available for the season opener, potentially much longer than that. ESPN's Adam Schefter has provided an update on the Chiefs and Battle Stars, stating that Kansas City is bracing for a multi-game suspension. You didn't mention that in your article, right? That there's been no update on that.
No, but this was last week, though.
Rice is under investigation for his role in a 6-car accident in Texas back in March. The 24-year-old, and this is what he said, was allegedly driving a Lamborghini and reached speeds of 119 before crashing his car with 5 other vehicles, and Rice then fled the scene. See, if he would have stayed there, it genuinely changes everything. He's a bonehead. He's a bonehead. He's a stupid man-child. But you own up to what you do.
You
And he
certainly
didn't.
don't flee. You certainly don't flee an scene of an accident, because all that proves is you did something wrong.
Yeah.
In no uncertain terms. I mean, you flee the accident scene, you are the one that's instantly in the wrong because you're running away.
You man up to things and it's a lot better for you. But he took off. So,
Mhm.
screw the fact of work, you see, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Um, and, yeah, it should be noted that, okay, wait, this is someone else now. It's Rashid. He just had the update saying that it's the league is examining a slew of incidents that is likely to result in Rice facing a lengthy suspension. He played his collegiate football at Southern Methodist, was selected by Kansas City in the second round of the 2023 draft. It was an impressive rookie season, there's no doubt. But as Big Dog said, this guy is just doing everything he can, huh, Big Dog, to get out of the league.
Well, this
Sure
this
seems that
guy
way.
here, he said his Kansas City tenure started with a 6-game suspension stemming from domestic violence arrest.
This guy, Rashid Rice?
Yeah, according to this, the Chiefs have seen a number of high-profile players running off into trouble. He began his Kansas City tenure with a 6-game suspension stemming from a domestic violence arrest. Then it goes on to say that Clark and Hunt have also served suspensions. Oh, I don't know. That looks a bit weird to me. That doesn't seem right, but
I hadn't heard about him being domestic. So I thought he played a full season. A Gridiron Girl, dude, and I'm not arguing with you, Anime Girl.
no, I didn't say you were.
Do you recall something about him like that?
Can you repeat that?
Rashid Rice. I know. Stop playing. I mean, sorry. Come back to the program. Rashid Rice. Did he have any domestic issues? I forgot.
Oh, okay, I don't know. Crickets.
Yeah.
I don't have anything for domestic violence.
Now, are you
What
thinking
keeps what keeps coming
Rice?
up? What keeps coming up is Ray Rice.
Yeah.
They might have got it hiccuped on this.
And that's the guy I was talking about earlier. But folks, Ray Rice, as we know, did nothing in college, did nothing after he knocked out his fiance. That was it. And I remember we spent a lot of time talking about this on the Ray Rice thing, that he had been a perfect citizen up until then. And that's really why he only got a 2-game suspension. Folks, he was a marquee running back. That's the only thing he ever did in his life, that he knocked out his fiance.
That's caught on camera.
Well, what do you mean by that, Gridiron Girl?
Well, usually, if they've done that on camera, there has been other times that are not caught on camera. So he that's not his first time. I don't think it's his first time being abusive to.
Are you talking about Ray?
Yes, Ray Rice.
Okay. I think you're generalizing, but Gridiron Girl, I can't. I'm gonna argue with you on. Look, I get it.
Right.
You probably know more than I do when it comes to relationships and stuff. So I get that, and I'm sorry.
No
Being
worries.
female, it's different from male. The whole thing about Ray Rice was there were no whispers. No one ever said anything about him. He actually was a good citizen in the world and in football. That's really why he only got 2 games.
Hmm.
But then we found the video of Inside the Elevator,
Mm-hmm.
which was released like 2 weeks after, that. So, and even the wife said, "Look, well, she still married him. They're still married." And she had
Well, yeah,
said
she's
that,
afraid to leave him.
Okay. Well, all right. Um,
Sorry.
no, it's okay. I'm not gonna argue. I can because I don't know those types of relationships. I can't say anything. I don't know anything. I am when it comes to it, ladies and gentlemen. I guess I was the luckiest guy in the world. She never tried to hit me. I never tried to hit her. There's nothing. I've never had a relationship with someone where I actually fought with someone and you actually threw punches and slaps stuff. I don't know what that is. So I'm ignorant. I don't understand how people can get into that stuff, but I see people around me all the time. I am naive. I'm ignorant on that because I've never been in a relationship like that.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right, enemy girl. So that's why when Gridiron Girl says, well, that showed up on video, I'm like, well, my only retort to Gridiron Girl was in the case of him, no one said anything about him. He had no history. It was nowhere. So, but again, I'm dumb and naive when it comes to that stuff, so I can't say. But this guy Rashee Rice, I didn't know that there was any domestic issue, but I will say that one day ago, the Dallas News has quoted Cam Newton as saying, "It's a warning. Clean up your act, bro. The league don't need you." And that's good that someone who is his peer, older, has said, "Dude, you gotta get your act together." Now, on March 30th, he was involved in the racing one, and then the one Big Dog was talking about was May 6th, right, sir? Rice was accused of assaulting a photographer at a Dallas nightclub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that Cam Newton is telling him, "You're not that good, dude. You got to get your act together. The league don't need you." And the NFL has proven that they're prepared to cut ways with people. Hell, even Major League Baseball. Um,
Yes.
what's his face? Who
Bowers.
I Bauer.
Yeah.
He should. It's over. It's done,
Yeah.
folks. But folks, I know you're tired of me saying it, but you've heard me say this over and over that America has its puritanical streak. It has its Puritan streak. It's a Quaker nation outwardly, no, and internally. Maybe I'm gonna have to come up. I'm gonna have to evaluate that comment. But we are still, at heart, a puritanical society. And when you see things like Bauer, it's like, oh my God! It's like, oh, it's out of the norm. And I believe one of the accusers is now in court in Arizona because the district attorney filed suit against her for falsifying documents, right? Or claims
Yeah.
against Bauer.
Yep.
So, folks, what did Bauer do? Bauer did what he did. He did some crazy stuff that a lot of people cannot believe.
Don't do.
Yeah, and don't do. Yeah, hey, whatever.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. My everyone thought that I was. You guys remember my whole thing was, look, dude, you can't put yourself in a situation like that. And I got attacked by everyone by saying, "Well, it's what they do in their bedroom." I said, guys, you're not listening. It doesn't matter. He got put in that situation. He chose to do what he was doing, and he got put in that situation, right or wrong. And that was my whole contention. Even when everyone told me to go to hell, and I was full of it, I don't care. It's because of the nation that we live in. And what did he get nailed for? Bad, bad language. What did he get in trouble for? Because he did some things that were so out of the norm for many people. He was you're done. You beat the girls, you strangle them, you do all this stuff. You're a bad dude. That's the way he likes to play. You
He
know,
just chose the wrong person to play with.
well, yeah, he put himself in that situation. There we go again. It's like, dude, it's a past judgment, however you want. Think of it however you want. The point is, he was doing things that put him in a spot and whatever. It's like, dude, it is what it is. And what happened? The outcry was of his lifestyle. That's what he got accused of. And when the
Yeah.
district attorneys never charged him, remember, it took the longest time for them to bring charges. And as a matter of fact, they never charged him. And now he's going after all of them to get his name back. And the sad thing is, he's actually gotten his name back. But the image and impression everyone has of him is, see, but with Bauer, there's more baggage than that. We were no Bauer fans. We knew who Bauer was prior to all this. Little punk. He's always saying stupid things, always trying to put it to the man. It's the way he is. So, see, I didn't like Bauer because in his interviews, his whole thing was, you don't understand. It's me. I've got to get mine now. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm only going to be a player for this long. I got to get mine now. It's not about being a teammate. It's not about I have to do what I have to do for me. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, punk. And he said that like 3-4 years in several interviews prior. I didn't like Bauer. But what happened to him here in Los Angeles? Come on, baseball. Come on. If someone deserves another chance, it's Bauer. I mean, what did he do? He liked it rough. Right, big
From
dog?
my understanding, his wherever he's pitching at, he's doing very, very well.
I think he's right here. Is he right here in Tijuana?
I believe so.
Yeah. It's like his numbers are like 0. I'm
Yeah.
exaggerating, but they're like 0.
Didn't they have a preseason or a preseason game against the Yankees?
2 preseason games where he pitched. But bear in mind, he did play against major league people. These were like the guys trying out. It was spring training. He did not play against any hardcore major leaguers, but these were guys that were trying out for the team. So yes. But the point is, he went 6 innings and gave up diddly. So
Yep.
It still counts. Spring training game. So I am no fan of Bauer. None. I never will be. But folks, this is the American story, man. He got knocked down. He deserves. Bauer deserves another chance because I believe he's earned it. He's a dick. How many dicks do we have in baseball today? Come on, man. Come on. But it's that puritanical streak that the United States has. It's hypocritical. It's beyond hypocritical. But that's the way the U.S. It's folks. We've talked about this over the years. The United States, when it comes to bedroom stuff, it's almost schizophrenic. It's schizo, and I'm sorry to schizophrenic people. I'm actually insulting them, comparing them with the rest of the United States. But it's big dog. I'm not exaggerating. Right? I mean, we've seen this so many times that when someone does something in the bedroom, people freak out.
It's the Bible Belt. It's the Bible thumpers.
A lot of it.
The Bible thumpers don't like it. That's if it's not to get too graphic, but if it's not missionary, then it's
You've
then
got the
it's all
Bible
bad.
thumpers, and then you have on the eastern seaboard, you have the Quakers, and then you have north of the Quakers, you have the Puritans. You're screwed from Texas all the way up to Boston. You're just proverbially, when it comes to that manner of thinking. And then when you get into the central United States, there's still Bible thumpers. And then when you get north, you have another Puritan streak from Middle Europe.
But
Go,
my
Big
my
Dog.
whole thing is they're all hypocrites
Yes!
because they'll
Hallelujah!
swear up and
Hallelujah!
down, and then whatever whatever's behind the closed doors is it happens behind closed doors. The fact is, Bauer was the same way, but someone opened that door, and people didn't like it.
See, and apparently, remember the proof. What disgusted a lot of people was that she had the bags under her eyes, and I think she had the bruises, right?
Yeah,
But they found another picture on her phone that showed her right next to him while he was asleep.
yeah, with no bruises or whatsoever, and it came out later that her friend is the one that gave her the bruises so that she could do the lawsuit.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door right now. There's a little creak, so the temperature's changing. So before I get something stupid, I'll be right back.
And then he was gone forever.
No, he's just very apprehensive about going around that corner. I saw that.
Right.
Yeah, he's like that little bit of crap they stick in your gob when you go to the dentist. And the dentist says, "Don't let that move. Whatever happens," then he disappears and never comes back. Roger's the kind of the same thing. He's in charge and he's gone away, but he ain't never coming back because he's the Twilight Zone.
Do you feel better now?
You happy now?
What are you talking about?
You
You
saw
went
how
round that-
apprehensive you were going around that corner.
You went
We
round
all
that
saw it.
corner
Oh, you
and you're
saw
back
that?
in the- No,
We all saw that.
yeah. It wasn't so much walk round the corner, it was walk up to the corner, look round, yeah, it's all right, then wander around, hands in my pockets, looking cool, about as cool as a chili pepper, and
I'm sorry. I can't make that up. I'm so sorry.
yeah, we saw that. We all saw
The second you did it, I commented on it. I said, "Look how apprehensive he was going around that corner."
Yeah. I just wish I could have been on the other side of that door, around the corner, jump out and go, boo! Man, you would have shit a brick.
All
See,
right.
if I was there, I would have done that, but I probably wouldn't have because of his neck,
I'd be dead
And I would-
right now.
and I wouldn't want to injure his neck any more than it already is.
Ugh.
That's something I would have done.
Oh,
Me and you both, I would have gone, boo.
when I was at the hearing thing, I can't move a lot, folks. And there was a moment that I flinched and I moved and it creaked. And the doctor looked, he said, "Oh, that's what you're talking about." And the crack was loud. I said, "Did you hear the crack?" He said, "Yeah." Like, really? And I was like, "Yeah, I actually heard when you moved your neck, the crack." I said, "Yes, sir. That's what I have often." That's why, folks, when you see me put my head back, it's just because I'm just very tired and I have to straighten it out. So that's what I do. So anyway, sorry about that. I didn't know that you could see when I was going around. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you never say sorry. You never say
Oh, look,
sorry.
she activated. She thinks I'm calling her.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you don't say
Siri.
sorry on this program. You keep telling me that.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I'm sure you have quite a bit more, Big Dog, because I only had the thing. And for Major League Baseball, I had some information on the bankruptcy stuff. And now, I think you caught this, Big Dog, and you probably did as well, Gridiron Girl. That disgraced former NBA ref, Tim Donaghy, or is it Donaghy? What is it? The ref
Donaghy.
Donaghy,
Donaghy.
quote, Shohei Otani absolutely knew about the interpreter's gambling addiction. Said, okay, if he did Shohei Otani break baseball's rules? If you, no, I don't believe. Look, I do my best not to rush to judgment. I take him at his word. There is no proof that
Donahue?
Shohei Otani was batting. That's gambling.
Oh, Otani. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant you took Donahue at his word. I'm like,
No.
it
Donahue
could
is saying,
it could be thundering outside, and he could come out and into my home soaking wet and tell me that it's raining outside, and I wouldn't believe him.
yeah, he was a dirty ref. Yeah, there's no doubt. And when you look back, there's tons and tons of video of Big Dog. Isn't he the
Oh
one
yeah,
that got into that? I guess he got pushed or something, or someone threw the ball at him. He came like right back at the player. It was him, right?
probably. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, he's he's a disgraced referee that now is an ESPN analyst. And it's funny when they're doing
What?
the games and
He's an
they
ES.
go, yeah, and when they go either ESPN or TNT, when they go to the replay booth, Donahue is the guy they talk to and said, "What do you see? What do you see, Mister Donahue? What's your ruling on it?" And I'm thinking, why the hell are they asking him?
If I would have been in the office on that team, I would have said either. I said, "And what's your opinion on this? Pick 'em or a $2 exacta?" I'd be mumbling that in the control room. Oh my god! I didn't know that he was the one. Oh my goodness! But all right,
Mhm.
whatever. It's all right. Wow, that's funny.
What do you think of Mister Ronel Blanco being suspended for 10 games?
This is the baseball guy, right?
Yes, sir. He plays for the Assholes. He was suspended because he had a foreign substance on his glove and
Yeah,
has been suspended for 10 games without pay.
and that's about right. Yes. Um, way to go, Blanco. It. They're stupid. They're desperate. And they're not very good at covering up what they do. Look, the pitchers are going to be checked not every inning, or actually, I think they're checked at the end of every inning now by the umpire. It's like, dude, you're
Yeah,
stupid.
that's a joke.
It's a joke as to how stupid they are. And I'm glad baseball is doing that, but I still have. I told you, folks. I still have my bag of rosin right here. I know it looks like a little bag of drugs, right? It's a rosin bag. And as I explained to everyone for years, this is what rosin is. It's powder. It's like baby powder. It's to dry your hands. And usually when you're pitching, your perspiration comes down, your arm, it gets into like your wrist area. And if you got dirt on your hands, it can get to a crummy substance. So what you do is to keep the perspiration under control, you have the rosin bag, which is just behind the pitcher's rubber mound, and all it is a substance. So when Bauer, when we talked about, went on NBC on Saturday morning, and he had the ball and he had it attached to him, I said, "This is what rosin does. It's automatic." And I lost my mind, and I says, "No, that's baloney. You're mixing it with something else." Well, they're not mixing it with something else. That's the new rosin. It has a stickier substance. And I had to pull back from my arguments. So I didn't know when baseball had changed to a stickier type of rosin. Folks, this is a rosin bag, as I said. And it's powder, it's baby powder. All it does is dry you. That's it. That's a rosin bag. It's almost like a hacky sack. That's it. And I was going to use this to demonstrate This is what real rosin is. What Bauer and all these others are saying is baloney. But now they use a different type of rosin. I was like, ooh, I didn't know that they had changed it. And it has a stickier substance to it. So it's like, well, wait a minute, you're against spider tack, but yet you allow this type of rosin. My arguments kind of went away. Baseball itself kind of messed things up.
Hmm.
So, as far as that guy, dude, look, when I played in sports in high school and then semi-pro stuff, I could always tell the cheaters. It's not that hard because to prove a point, someone when I was in high school said, "Dude, you can't cheat. The umpires are too good." Oh, come on, I'll cheat right now. I went out to pitch in a game, and I did. I got the substance on my fingers, so I had it in my back pocket because when you get set, or well, before you get set, you walk around, you do your stuff, you've got the ball here, but you do it in such a way that number one, the umpire's looking at you. So you've got your gloves. So you've got to keep moving your gloves so the attention is on your glove. You might even move the ball a little bit so the attention is there. So you've got the ball in here. You go back here real quick. There it is. I got it. Got it on my fingers. And I go right to the ball. And there it is. And again, the substance that you put on the ball is for a better grip so you can do more with the ball. It's not for protection that I'm throwing a wild pitch and I need to get a better grip. That's bullshit. It always has been, always will be. They say that so they can use the grip. But you get the sticky substance so you can put your fingers usually on the seams and you can flick it better. You can snap it off better. What catchers would do is they would, on their catcher's gear, they would sharpen up their equipment to help out their pitchers, and they would what they call scuffing up the ball, where you would cut somewhere, usually where the pitcher likes it, and you cut it in there. Well, again, when the pitcher gets it, in the fraction of the moment that he's got in his glove, he's doing this with his fingernails. He's cutting it more so he can get a better grip. It's all about getting a better grip. The better grip allows you to do more. This whole thing that they need this substance so that they're not wild, baloney. It's so that you can do more with the pitch. Safety my ass. Dude, if they were wild, they'd never let them pitch. So, I sure as hell don't know how I got on that one, so I'm sorry. Sorry for the boring baseball lesson, folks. Hey, sorry. But that is my passion in baseball.
And it doesn't matter now, anyways. Like the old days, like you said, the catcher would scuff up the ball, and the pitchers would try and scuff it up because they get a new ball every pitch, every single pitch.
And that is stupid because
If I remember correctly, they said they go through 5 to 6 dozen balls per game.
Actually, Big Dog, I think it's even more than that.
I would be surprised.
Folks, any pitcher that knows how to pitch, and I'm not saying that I do, but any pitcher wants to be able to play with the ball a little bit. He's got to scuff it. He wants that ball for a little while. And also, he wants to dab it a little bit and darken it so you can't see it well. This whole thing of, oh, it touched the ground, throw it away. As a pitcher, I'm like, bring that ball back. I want that ball. Because I don't want the batter to have a good view of the ball. That's why you do what you do. It's not, you're trying to darken the ball so they can't see it very well. So yeah, Big Dog. But that's a baseball phenomenon now. That it barely nicks something and it gets thrown out. As a pitcher, I'm losing my mind.
If the ball is held by the pitcher more than 2 pitches, it's surprising.
And that's not an exaggeration.
No, it's not.
No. And that's one of the things that I believe has been lost. But what you have to do is you have to get these guys to throw more. They have to throw more, and they have to learn how to pitch, not throw 100 miles an hour for one inning. Folks, you want to fix baseball? You reduce the number of relievers on the roster. That's it. That's it. You'll get these guys to pitch again. You only have so many pitchers in the pen. You only have so many guys on the team. You want to
Nah,
change
never
baseball?
happened anymore.
Yeah, I know, Big Dog. I know. And I know you're not being a dick by saying that. I get that. You're being a realist. I am too. You want to change baseball? 12 pitchers maximum. I believe it should be 10, but I believe that's way too much. I believe that baseball should this year say in 2026, rosters are reduced to 20. And then in 2030 or 2028, you're down to 11 pitchers. And then by 2030, that's it. 10 pitchers. And you'll have a much more better balanced game. And you'll get kids. It's disgusting when you see these kids are playing ball, that the pitchers are going so many, and then you're bringing a reliever in. Well, what are you doing? Big Dog, how many minor league games have we been to, and how many times have we seen a minor leaguer go 5 innings?
Very few times.
Big Dog, I would even argue with you that we haven't. Maybe 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, but now we're lucky we see more than 3 innings.
I lose my mind when they take out a pitcher. What are you doing? It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Oh. Anyway. Sorry, folks. Reduce the number of pitchers on the roster. That's it. If you have an injury, you could petition from baseball and say, sir, we have a pitching injury. We need to go up to 11 while the injury is out. And then max 12. That's it. Max. It's no more, no less. I know that you should have the ability, if that's the way the game has gone. No. When you have 15 relievers on your roster, dude, come on, cut it out. I know, do the math, right, Big Dog? It doesn't work. 15 relievers.
Well, I could see 15 pitchers where you have 5 starters and 10 relievers.
Yeah. That's why I said, no, do the math. It doesn't work. I know. It's just a lot more fun to say when you have 15 relievers. Because you have 15 relievers now. Because of the opener. The pitcher that goes 1 inning.
So what's the roster right now? 28?
I thought that's for the All-Star. I thought it was 26. Very good question.
It could be 26.
I don't know. Major League. Hey, Gridiron Girl, what is it?
What?
Oh, for the love of God. How many players are on the roster? Right? You've got 40 men, but how many active for the games?
What sport are we talking about?
Baseball, woman. How many? Gosh, damn it. That's damn funny. Again, this is real. How many players can you have on the roster for each game? Is it 26 now, or is it 28?
I have no idea. For my grandson's team, it's like 10.
40? Oh. Coffee, where are you?
Yeah. Where's Coffee?
$26.
Yeah, okay, it is 26. Yep, there it is, 26-man roster.
See, you knew it.
Yeah. Now they have
26
you
have 15 pitchers and you have 11 players.
Yeah, that's not a rare thing.
So in essence, you have eight starters and 3 guys for emergencies.
Yeah, it's not a strange thing. It's yeah.
Yeah, hang on. It says here, right? Major League Baseball, 26 players on the rosters. Additionally, there is a 40-man roster, which includes the 28 players on the active roster and an extra 12 players. So there you go, peeps.
Well, it's 26 and 14. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
The extra 14 just because.
Those are the ones. The 40 men are the protected team. You can have more players in minor leagues, but how many are actually protected? In other words, Major League Baseball, other teams cannot go and get that player. If they're on the 40-man roster, that is your entire team. You can call up anyone, but a protected player is on the 40-man roster. Meaning at the end of the season, if they're not on the roster, they can go get picked up by anyone at almost any time, actually, I think, if they don't have a contract.
According to
But
this as well, you have a maximum of 13 pitchers as well.
good grief. No, we've counted them. They've gone up to 15. Now, it says a maximum of 13 now.
Maximum of 13 pitchers, and that was brought in 2020.
Okay.
Yep, I see the exact same thing. This is from Major League Baseball itself,
Okay.
from the MajorLeagueBaseball.com website. The club's 26-man roster is a full roster of active Major League players from opening day through August 31st and during the postseason. Teams are limited to carrying 13 pitchers during this time. From September 1st through the end of the regular season, all clubs must carry 28 players with a limit of 14 pitchers.
There you go.
Thank you, Gridiron Girl.
What are you
What
thanking
did
me
Gridiron Girl
for?
do?
I was just thanking her just to see if she would come in and
Yeah,
say,
you saw me go close my mic. That's what.
I saw you close your mic. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There was going to be a dirty joke, but I'll be nice.
I find that hard to believe.
The next question on my list would be why?
Yeah, it's like what? You suffering some moment of piety or charity?
As my as one of our co-hosts would say, tell me why. I can't do it as good as him, but there you go.
Where is Matt Alvarez? Where is
I don't know because he's posting like crazy on Instagram right now. For about the last 15 minutes, he's been posting reels.
Well,
So he is active.
Yeah, we got no Matt, we got no Almighty, we got no Mootown Girl. I mean, you know, and we got no special. Where's the special? He ain't here.
Oh, I did speak to him. He mentioned that that he wouldn't be able to make it today.
Why?
He's working. He was on 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, stuff like that.
Well, he hasn't been 2 weeks on here. He hasn't
We
been
weren't
for
on
like
last week.
2 months. He hasn't been on for like 2 months.
I don't know. I can't tell you.
Yeah, oh, by the way,
I can.
I forgot to say earlier, thank you very much for last weekend. It was very much appreciated. Okay. Thank you.
She was part of the family. By you sharing that she was commenting about us, she was part of it. I'll tell you, when my dad passed away, we didn't pause. we didn't. I know. We've had losses in the family, sadly, and we've kept on going. But with Janet, we knew, and you would share with us her comments, and that's what made it cool. She was part of the family.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, when she passed at 11 o'clock on the 3rd of May to the sound of the Royal Scotch Dragoon Guards playing Amazing Grace. She coughed, she sneezed, she left.
I don't know if I would be so privileged. I would either have Amazing Grace or Ode to Joy. I figure, folks, when you've seen the movie Die Hard, and when the FBI cuts the power and the magnetic seals unlock, and you hear Ode to Joy, that's the moment I'm like, oh my God, what else would I have? And I think my father wanted to have Ode to Joy played in his funeral, but since he now belonged to someone else and he was in an urn at the time of the services, I'm like, no.
Well, I got to be honest and say that the care home staff surprised me because after Mum passed, I played a lament or a kind of lament called Dark Isle, and they just stood with their hands together in front of them with the head bowed, and nobody said a damn word. That whole care home just silent, and I can't thank them enough for doing that.
That would not have. I mean, would it be appropriate to call that a funeral dirge? No, right?
No, if you want to hear the actual tune itself, if you go onto YouTube and put Dark Isle or the Dark Isle, and you hear just the bagpipes playing the Dark Isle, then you'll know why I played it. But it is a very, it's soulful. I wouldn't say mournful. It's soulful for me.
Okay.
And it's the kind of tune that Mum would have enjoyed. So, but I must be honest and say thank you very much for last weekend. It was just, it was mind blowing. I just couldn't believe it. Anyway, enough dragging the proceedings down. We're not here to talk
Just to
about
let you know, Roger, when you go, I'm going to play you the Animaniacs song.
Really? The Animaniacs
Yeah.
one?
Yep.
Well, I am an Animaniac. Look,
Actually, I might not be all right. I mean, that might not be a bad theme. Animaniacs.
look, I've got all my anime behind me. You know. What you see
And
is
of course,
what
you know,
get, unfortunately.
of course, you know when Matt goes, what I'm going to play Matt. The Barney
Tell
song.
us, big dog. Yeah.
The Barney
what?
song. Of course.
The
When
what
else
song?
can I play him?
The what song?
The Barney song.
Oh, okay. The Barney song. Okay.
That's for Matt. That's for Matt.
The first time he did that, I think Matt swore.
Oh, Matt was so mad.
Well, I sent Matt a message saying, "Where are you?" I sent him the link.
But yeah, I haven't seen Liz online just lately either. Is she okay or is she
Well,
suffering?
Well,
She's been posting regularly on Facebook, and she dropped me a line after my post. But yeah, she hasn't been on for the last few things. I think she's been having some medical issues
Yeah.
that have been kind of keeping her from going online.
I mean, we all are old. We're all having medical issues. Jeez.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it kind of shocked me when I realized that I'm only 20 years behind my mother. That kind of threw me.
Then, yeah, shut up and get to living.
I'm trying.
I'll tell you why. There are many token Brit that don't get to be your age, and they would have given anything to get to half of your age.
Mm-hmm.
You need to remember. It's and you know what? I'm sorry to say it. It's not even about them. It's about you. And I'm so happy that you're here with us today because hey folks, come on. We need each other. We're all in this together. See, the minute I start saying that, I'm like, oh, there goes Roger on his socialist leftist rant. I'm like, no. Talk about being a human being.
No. I mean, I be honest and say that I was talking to my friend Kim, who's been helping me through the past situation, and mentioned
Thank you, Kim.
mentioned the fact that I was thinking about returning, and the first words out of her mouth was, "Do it.
Yes.
Snap out of it. Do it." Then I read your man's post, and then I talked to Kim again today, and she turned around and said, "Get on there." And I'd already said to you on Facebook, if I was around today, I would try and pop in. And I got to say, I'm glad I did. I really am.
Oh yeah.
Because in lots of ways, I suppose, for the past 6 weeks, I've missed it. Truly have.
Don't get me wrong, folks. I had a lot of difficulties this last few months. I mean, they've been significant. And today, when my alarm went off at 5 in the morning, boom! I reached over, put it on snooze, and I picked up the phone. So, okay, I put it on snooze. And I was like, let's get to it. I would almost, folks, is it Tone Loc? Let's do it. That's what I felt like this morning. I said, I have not been on this program in forever. Yes, 2 weeks ago, but 2 weeks ago I was even limited. Dan Schlossberg was here in Southern California, and I was glad that I was able to spend a little bit of time with him. Actually, I spent a lot of time with him he's here for 6 days. I saw him for 5 days. I saw him for some good time. Had a meal or two with him, which was cool. Big Dog, Gridiron Girl. Are you guys familiar with Randy's Donuts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. They're all right. Gridiron Girl, are they? And I'm talking about the one right by the airport.
They're okay.
They're okay, huh? But they're world renowned, aren't they?
Yes.
And I told that
world
Dan.
renowned.
Well, dude, there were tourists there at 5 in the morning when I took him to the airport. It was funny. And I told him
Should
that
have took him to the donut man.
I didn't have a chance. Well, this was my fault. And Dan, I'm sorry. I had never been to Randy's Donuts. I'd been around there, and I'd comment to him. I said, Randy or Dan, over the years, and especially prior to COVID, I would get airport runs. And as I'm on my way to the airport, they would ask me, do you mind if we stop at the about 3-4 blocks away upcoming Randy's Donuts? I want to get some donuts to take back east or whatever. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, no problem. I'll go ahead and stop. And they would ask, would you like anything? I'm like, oh, no, thank you. I appreciate that. So I never, ever had Randy's Donuts. And I mentioned to Dan, I said, it's very popular that many travelers like to hit Randy's Donuts as they're on the way to the airport. It's a touristy spot. It's known around the world. He's like, oh, great. Well, we got some time. How about we go to Randy's Donuts this morning? I'm like, oh, shit. I've never been there. So I was like, oh, my God.
So what was your impression of them?
You know what? It was a good hot donut. The variety of donuts was really cool. Dan got himself a chocolate Oreo cookie donut and then another one. And I just went for Big Dog. Surprisingly, I went for something that I normally don't go for.
Sprinkles.
It's just, oh, close. It had sprinkles on it. The white powder, but it was like a cherry filled or strawberry filled. I don't know what you call it. It was just one of those donuts. I went for the filling donuts. I'm sorry?
Jelly donut?
A jelly donut. Yeah, I just went for a jelly donut. It was okay. But Dan loved that Oreo cookie donut, and he had another one that had some other flavors. It looked good. I like the variety. But they didn't have decaf.
Who wanted decaf?
He did.
Oh.
I'm sorry. My passenger wanted
Okay.
decaf. Even I was like, what the hell's the matter with you? Who the fuck ordered decaf? But it's okay. I got regular coffee, and it was good. To answer your question, to go along with you, Big Dog, I thought the donut was hot. It was fresh. It's a donut. It did what it's supposed to do, right?
Randy's, I mean, they're okay. They're nothing to write home about. I'm not going to go out of my way to go get them.
Right. I wouldn't.
I'd rather go to the mom and pop, because there's a Randy's Donuts that just opened up about
Really?
less than a year ago.
And do they have the famous big old donut hole?
It's a big inflatable one. But
Oh, okay. That's what they're famous for. It has the big donut. That's it. What,
Yeah,
anime girl? What?
But-
Nothing.
I'd rather go to the mom and pop one that's a mile the other way. and I think their donuts are 1,000 times better.
Dude, let me
Mom
tell
and
you.
pop donuts are always better.
I think so. The one that's right here on the corner, Big Dog, of where I live, right here on Laverne in town.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
When I was doing the election worker stuff, uh, 2
When you were
years
when you were
ago,
pole dancing, yeah.
when I was a P-O-L-L worker, when I was a poll worker, I stopped in and I'm like, man, I'm
Working
the old
that
guy
pole.
now. So I'm the one that took the donuts there, and I ordered like 2 dozen, right? And I didn't take coffee or anything, but I took the donuts, and man, everyone loved them. They were losing their
Yeah.
minds. I'm like, and then remember what Big Dog was saying? It's like, dude, the mom and pop ones, they're made with love.
They're always made better.
They're fresh because they have to compete. I mean, Big Dog, would you say, and Gridiron, would you say that New York is a pie place, for pizza, but LA is a donut place because of all the varieties of donuts that we have here?
Okay, sure.
Sure.
Eh,
Eh,
okay.
I'll tell you right now, the best donuts that I've ever had
donut.
is a
Homer.
donut place in San Juan Capistrano. Because working for American Greetings, we'd go down to San Diego, we'd always stop there.
Yeah.
And it's just past the Mission. It's where I'm not sure if you remember, Roger, or even Gig. You go past the Mission, you go down that main street, just past the Mission, you make a left, you go down, and it's by where the Rite Aid or Thrifties used to be. You have the Rite Aid on the left, and you have the Thrifties on the right, and then they close one of them down. But there's a donut shop that's right there next to a bagel shop, and these donuts are the best donuts I have ever had in my life. And every time I'm in that area, I go there.
Well, I've got to say, I've found a new sort of like donut dessert type thing that I'm enjoying, and that is these.
Chocolate mochis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've seen those. Yeah, I heard those are pretty good.
Oh, good. I didn't.
I'm just going by what I've heard. I've never had them, but I heard they are
Big
very
Dog, the token Brit just snapped.
Yeah, good man. I mean, these have got chocolate ice cream wrapped in Chinese dough and filled with a chocolate sauce.
Yeah, I was about to say they're an Asian delicacy, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Asian persuasion.
Yeah, these.
Where the hell are you?
Holy crap! I mean, I didn't realize how good these were going to be. I was kind of concerned when I first bought them. This is my third or fourth packet, and I've only got 2 left.
All right.
Yep.
Would you show those one more time, Anime Girl? Okay, Tesco, the chocolate
mochi.
Mochis.
Folks, Big Dog just mentioned right now. I don't know if Gridiron Girl will, but folks in the chat room. I think we have a comment already.
Look, that's what they look like in real life. That's them there.
Oh wow. Okay. We do have a question. Thanos Heisenberg. Thank you. What do you think about Blanco getting suspended? We actually had that just a moment ago. We were talking about it.
Yeah, he's a dipshit.
Okay, look, dude.
Really? You think?
Okay, 10
Say
games.
it like it is, Big Dog. Say it like it is.
Yeah. 10 games is quite a bit, and it's rightful. It's like, dude, come on. What are you doing? You're going to get checked at the end of almost every inning. And it's ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I think the only way you can avoid that is if you start the inning, you pitch to 2 batters, the minimum, and then you get taken out. If you get taken out of the game, I don't think the umpires are going to check you. But the point is, it's stupidity, buddy. It is just absolutely stupidity that the player is doing that. Do a better job. As some people say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I'm not so certain I'm going to believe in that. Yeah, that's right. Scherzer got banned earlier last year, right? That was that big old issue about him losing his mind because he had that sticky stuff on there. Yeah. Um, I think Scherzer, if I remember correctly, there might have been a little bit of an argument because he had been warned about it and it was a hot day and there were circumstances around. But look, if I remember correctly, I think the Scherzer thing was a little bit more unfair because he was actually trying to follow the instructions of what the umpires was saying, and he still got banned. But I was talking earlier about the whole thing on what pitchers are using on the baseball. So I don't know, man. I just he. I still have it, Thanos. When I was talking about it a little while ago, I have a bag of rosin. This is something which I used to use when I was playing baseball. I know it looks like a little drug bag, doesn't it? Thanos.
Really?
You see, I think what is happening is rosin is mixing with their sweat and makes it gunky. I do agree with that, but that's with the new rosin that they have. This is rosin that I've known for 40 years. Rosin is sticky in its normal properties, but the rosin that they used up until a few years ago is baby powder. This is a rosin bag. I'm going to see if I can do it for effect. You might see the powder. Oh, yeah. Did you see it? Look carefully. Oh, you can't see it. I do. But there's powder. It's baby powder. And what rosin is supposed to do, it's supposed to dry the sweat. That's it. So for them to say that it's becoming sticky, no, that's not what it does. It's baby powder. How many times have you used baby powder and it becomes sticky on the baby you're cleaning? It doesn't. The rosin that they're using now is a stickier substance. So Thanos, yeah. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is, and that's what happened with Scherzer last year. I think it's messed up that that's what happened, and let's see. You need to keep it on your throwing hand, so if it transfers to anywhere else, they will ban you probably. Well, the new stuff. See, baseball players are also using what they call spider tack, which allegedly is illegal, which is the new rosin mixed with other stuff. And that is what they can't use. So if it's a safety precaution, as I mentioned earlier, as pitchers are talking about, why are they even pitching? You don't need that stuff. And sorry, Thanos, but if you want to if you want to be bored, you can go back about 20, 30 minutes ago when I was demonstrating the thing about the baseball and what you use that for. But if I have a sticky substance, I can get a better grip on the ball. I can flick it better. I can a better curveball. I can even do it with my screwball because my screwball was off my
I
ring
can
finger.
flick it better too.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what that means. So you had the
I figured.
baseball and my
That's why you're
screwball.
single.
No, I'm actually not single. I'm married, but that's all right. So I have a baseball right here, and I use it. So if I can get the substance right here on my ring finger, I can go ahead and get a better, tighter spin. But it's illegal. You're not supposed to use any foreign substance. But now baseball is blurring it by making rosin sticky. So it's like, well, what the hell are they going after now? No, that's all right, man. I appreciate you here, Thanos. But we do have quite a few people watching the program. Why don't you let us know where you are and where you hail from? It's kind of cool, and we appreciate your comments, and we appreciate you being a part of the conversation. If you guys are interested in joining the program, let us know. Contact us. We love the That's what everyone here is at one time or another. So it's all good. Nah, buddy, you didn't arrive too late.
No, nobody arrived too late to this party.
Hell no. You can't have it too sticky is what I think Major League Baseball is trying to say. They just don't define what is too sticky until it's too late, I guess. Yeah. Dude. Yeah, I think you said it right there. I'm trying to find my baseball now. Gridiron Girl, did you see where I put my baseball?
I'm so glad you said
No.
baseball.
Check your
Jake,
pocket.
have you seen his balls?
Check your pockets.
I did try to check my pockets. I don't know what I did with it when I was demonstrating. Oh, it fell. Whoops. I see it down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach for it now. Forgive me a
I
moment.
guess that's what I guess that's what happens when you're old. Your balls fall.
Oh, no, for the love of God. There it is. So, okay. I'm not going to demonstrate it again. I'm too old. So it's all good. We are down to a few minutes. I'm going to have to be bailing right now, just right before the hour. I don't know if you guys want to continue or we're just going to go in and call it.
No, I be honest to say that I'm going to have to let slip the dogs of war myself because I've got to go shopping.
All right,
Okay.
fair enough. I actually have to run some errands myself today, and it's like, oh, got to get some stuff done. Turns out that I found a key master. Yes, I said that. A key master that will reprogram the fobs and do the key for about $100 and some. That genuinely surprised me. I didn't think it would be. I thought it was going to be a lot more expensive because everything you get quoted on the internet, emergency fixes, whatever, to reprogram a fob is like $400. Like, wow. And the dealers, have you ever asked for a quote from a dealer, Big Dog?
No.
No, I did once, and I was like, well, that's a mortgage payment. It's just a fob, damn it. But of course, dealer's overpriced. So I'm gonna see if I can get the Maxima because we only have one fob for the moment. So
Let me know how that works out for you, because my daughter, um, the dog chewed up her key fob, so
really,
it's kind of all chewed up. So if it works well, let me know and I'll pass the info along to her.
the only thing that you have to do is you have to have the car there with the fob so they can obviously make the connection
Yeah.
on the code. That was the thing because I had the fob there and I asked, could you, because I took the extra fob, but I didn't take the car. I took mine. Could you? Oh, yeah, sir. We can do that, and we can recut the key for you. Or we could cut the key for you. Because
Yeah.
I told him I drove for Uber and Lyft, and years ago someone left a genuine Nissan fob, like the real deal, and they never put in a claim. So I've had an extra fob for like 3 years. So I took it over to him. I said, "Could you do that?" He said, "Dude, that's the real one. That other one is a generic." I said, "Yeah." He says, "Yep, no problem. Just need the car here." Like, oh, okay. And he quoted me $100 and a total of 110.
Okay.
What the hell?
Gridiron Girl. It was Gridiron Girl.
Yes.
What are you listening to?
Ave Maria.
Ave Maria? Okay, just
Yeah.
please make sure it's not copyrighted.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's all good.
So that was the song when my mother passed away. That's the song that was playing
Uh,
Oh, it's a
start.
beautiful song. No, thank you for sharing that. Maybe next week when I have it, I'll go ahead and we'll play a little snippet of Dark Isle for next week, just to give everyone a feeling. Folks, we are going to be on next week, of course. Sports Talk with the Guys will be on. Now, looking at the calendar, the only time we would take off in September would be on the 11th, but this year it is on a Wednesday, so there's no need to. Folks, I just need you to understand the only time that is a programmed off day is in those morning hours. That's it. Just during that time when all the stuff that was happening in New York, Pennsylvania, and Washington. That's the only time we're never on air. But this year it's on a Wednesday, so we're okay. But all right, folks, head on over to ndbmedia.net. At the bottom, you see all of our connections. I can officially say we're having a guest from The Voice 25. Again, she advanced to a higher level on The Voice, and I think her name is Karen Waldrop. She's returning to us. I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after, but head on over and check Michael and the crew at Talented Universe. They've had so many guests from The Voice and so many others. It's just unbelievable. We haven't even officially announced that she's going to be back on, but she is. She was a lot of fun last time, but check it out on calendar. You'll see when all of the programs are, the regular programs as well as all the guests. There's a lot of stuff happening at ndbmedia.net. You see the link down there at the bottom. We're twitter.com/ndbmedia, twitter.com NDB Sports and Twitch.tv NDB Media, as well as on Facebook.
Aren't they X?
But when you find, what is it, X.com?
I don't know. I don't have a Twitter or X account, so I have no idea. I'm just asking.
Everything is still under Twitter. Thanks, Thanos.
Okay.
Appreciate your comments.
Cheers, Thanos.
So everyone says formerly X. So I don't know. When you look for it, it still is Twitter, unfortunately. It doesn't. Okay, there it is. X.com. Yeah. So.
Yeah. HTTPS 2// X docs.
That just means you're logged in.
E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah. So he got it. X.com. Wow. Whoever owned that one got a pretty penny. So, all right. Well, then if we don't.
No, I was gonna when you said that that he got a pretty penny. I think it's hilarious of that girl who snapped up the rights to Sierra Mist and was holding it hostage, hoping for the gigantic payout by Pepsi. And Pepsi went, "F you, we're just gonna call it Starry, whatever they call it now."
Starry Night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now she has the rights to Sierra Mist, but nowhere to go with it.
Yeah, because remember in the 1990s they put that whatever they called it, that roosting or roast, whatever, where you can't, if someone has the right, just because you have the website doesn't mean that you get to keep it. But if you had it prior to the law, it was done. It's like angels.com. A convent owns angels.com, and the angels were like, well, we are the angels, we want it. And they lost because the angels had it before that. And I forget what it's called. It's when someone illegally takes your property, or they're sitting in on your property. I forget what it's called. Squatting. It's something like that. Squatting. It's part of the Millennium Act, if I'm not mistaken, the anti-squatting. And it was specifically for websites. So if she owns Sierra Mist, there's nothing they could do prior to the law being written.
Well, the rights expired, so it was an open domain.
Oh,
and she snapped it.
Oh,
that's what it was. She snapped it up before Pepsi got it back. Someone at Pepsi, dropped the ball and didn't renew.
You know how
the rights to it.
Drop the ball on a web name.
Yep, just like the rights to Tarzan. When whoever owned the rights to Tarzan let that one slip, and someone snapped it up, and they had to pay a couple of $1 million to get it back.
Well, remember, Big Dog, when I told you that the rights to the Terminator had hit the market?
Mhm.
And they were going for $30,000. Remember we joked about that? They said, dude, Terminator, right? Because Carolco went under.
Yep.
And they were available for $30,000. And Big Dog and I laughed and goes, oh, hey, let's get the rights. Dude, we could have had them. Oh my God. We could have had the rights to make movies.
My understanding was the one for Sierra Mist, since it was an expired domain, I think the girl got it for like $120 or something like that.
Yeah, because if it's SierraMist.com, that's anywhere from $10 to $20 a year.
Yeah.
But then you pay a fee so that you're like in line, that the minute it goes, it grabs it for you. So yeah, $120. I can see. Oh hell yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So she thought Pepsi was going to pay her a couple of $1 million, and I guess Pepsi tried to negotiate with her, and I guess she wanted an exorbitant amount of money, and Pepsi was just like, we'll just call it Starry Night or whatever. We'll just change the name of the soda.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. So now she's stuck with Sierra Mist. It's nothing to do.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. Yes. We had ndbmedia.com, ndbmedia.net, and we had ndbmedia.us.
Yeah, didn't you have a Chinese group trying to buy it from you or something or other?
Okay, they wanted to buy ndbmedia.net.
Yeah.
And it was fake. It was all fake. I made joke of it. Someone offered ndbmedia.net. Well, I had ndbmedia.us, .net, .com, and I had chosen to get rid of .us. I blew it. I chose .com.
Mm.
So I deliberately let go of .com. That was a mistake. So I was really bummed by
Yeah,
that.
because I think I told you something about that it was redirecting. Remember
Yeah.
when you first started the Jedi.tax, and I think you had indiemedia.com associated with it for something or other, and it was redirecting to a different spot.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bummer. But oh well. It is what it is. All right, well, folks, we are down to a few minutes, and I do want to thank everyone. Jason would have been nice, but I guess he's doing what he's doing, his holistic stuff. Thank you, Michael, for stopping in, and of course, Thanos Heisenberg, who I don't believe is the first time they were here. I think they've been here before, which is cool. So appreciate you stopping in. Of course, to the co-hosts right here, Big Dog, Anime Girl, and Gridiron Girl. Gig. Thank you for joining us. I am the scorekeeper, folks, and this is Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. God willing, we'll see all of you guys. No hypocrites allowed. Oh, no, wait. This is sports. Yeah, they're hypocrites allowed. We'll see you guys next week. So,
Peace
yeah.
out.
Any last announcements before Anime Girl or Gridiron Girl? Did you want to share anything?
I'm clear.
All right, Big
I'll
Dog.
be listening to you next week, hopefully.
But next week, you're not going on vacation yet. It's the week after.
I'm leaving Wednesday
For how long?
till Monday.
Oh, damn it. It is next weekend. Oh, no, wait. I'm looking at August. May. Oh,
Yeah,
is it? It
next
is
week
next
is
weekend.
like it's Memorial Day weekend next weekend.
All right. Gridiron Girl, contact me when you get a chance. Or can you stay online after we're done?
Sure.
Yes.
Like she said, sure.
I need to stay online. Actually, if you guys want to stay online after, that would be great. All right. Folks, Big Dog, why don't you take us away, please?
All right, guys, you have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Anybody that's in SoCal that's near the Ontario area, Comic Con Revolution is going on right now. Starts in 3 minutes, and it's here today and tomorrow. Other than that, have a safe weekend. Be safe. Like I said, don't drink and drive. Call a friend. Call an Uber. Call a Lyft. Call Roger. He'll go pick you up. Just don't get behind the wheel if you drink.